live.
Are we live?
We're going in.
We are
raw dog.
That's right.
Probably not the sound you would make. Hang on.
I don't know. Might be.
That's more like the sound you would make. Yeah. Hi, we're live. How's it going?
Yeah. Oh, God.
We can't do our theme anymore because we licensed it, but then it didn't take or something like that. So we're revenue sharing, and they kept like on Christmas Eve, they hit me on Nooners from like 3 years ago on 100, on a fucking 100. So I had to go in and clip out 100 on New Year's Eve. That's how I spent my New Year's Eve. Even though we bought a license, so we just like we'll figure out a new theme.
I got some advice. What I learned:
they're all full of shit.
Hire a composer to write.
That's probably a good idea.
And the way I'll tell you where, like the Film Threat theme. I paid some composer to write and sing that theme song.
I bet you we know somebody.
What's that?
I bet you we know somebody out there.
Yeah.
Who does music?
There's a bunch of people, but just hire a composer, pay him a chunk, you get the license, you're all good. Where I went, believe it or not, I found I've hired this guy a ton of times on Fiverr. Fiverr with 2 R's.com.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Grinder.
I might find someone there, but no. Fiverr, I found a great guy. I used him over and over to write music. I never have this problem.
Okay, but I will take that advice. That will be done. So by the way, this is the Nooner, and I was taking my old man vitamins with my old man shake. I wasn't popping pills.
Well, that looks really good, though.
If I showed you the number of vitamins that I take, you would.
Do you have the Monday to Sunday box that you just?
Oh yeah.
I've got one that goes 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Sound like my relatives from South Dakota. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
We're gonna go to the cafe.
Now, before we get to the main topics today, Gary, I was listening to the RFK hearing.
Oh, I didn't. I was too busy watching Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the most unwoke show of all time.
But I gotta say, we'll talk about it. But real quick on RFK, I'm super impressed. He's doing great at the hearing. And have you seen this footage that came out? I'm gonna share screen if you would. It's him doing a lift. That is the woman.
Oh my God.
He can actually bench the woman who couldn't.
You know what? That's so weird because I just got a message from Az saying, I met this girl online. I think we're meant for each other. And it's her.
It's the lift woman with the front butt that was too big to get in a car.
Isn't that called a gunt?
It's a
fupa.
Maybe it is
a fupa.
But
gunt, panis.
You have to give it up for him. I mean, that is impressive,
dude. No.
Where is his right hand going?
He's my favorite Kennedy. He's my favorite Kennedy.
Oh my God.
I hope RFK gets by. And anybody who votes against him, they're in the pocket of Pfizer. You just do.
You can tell from the questions they just want to take him down. It's all the corporate interests are being exposed and whatnot. Whatever you think about that.
It's just so weird that we lived long enough to see everything flip, right? And see that the left become the warmongering corporate cocksuckers. It's really weird. It's so strange because it didn't used to be that way. They were kind of annoying anyway. The right and the left always annoyed the shit out of me throughout life. It's just weird how things have shifted.
Anyways, I thought you would appreciate that impressive display.
I appreciate it. Welcome to the Nerdrotic. Hang on. There we go.
Yeah.
It's hump day.
Yeah.
Hump day. Sorry we were late. We were discussing really corporate problems we had with banks and alarm companies. Old men complaining. You thought this was bad. That was terrible. You didn't want to listen to that. It was like, God damn.
Yeah, 100%.
Shit.
Yeah.
COVID has made things 1,000 times. Like it was bad enough to call like a Brinks alarm company, for example, and get through to somebody but like COVID's made it 1,000 times worse. And then once you get to somebody, you don't really like your experience. And you try to be patient. I tried to be patient, and then I wasn't.
You know, the one thing I really hate about calling certain companies now is they have that automated voice where I wish there was like choice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but now they go, where are you from? Like state your state. I would have to say Texas, and then they'll say Alabama. Got it.
Yeah,
You're like,
I just immediately scream, agent, agent, agent. I just want to get to
Yeah. That usually works. It usually works. What we have to talk about today. Woo! Wow. Okay. Chris has seen you've seen the whole thing, right? And I've just watched
all 10 episodes.
Okay.
Oh God.
Spider-Man's my favorite comic book character. I have a full run. Well, I quit collecting comics at a certain point. So I have Amazing Spider-Man 1. Well, I have Amazing Fantasy 15 to 600. I have them all. I have all the variants. I have some weird misprints. I have some foreign editions. I have all the Spectacular Spider-Man up to a certain point. All the Spider-Man, or Peter Parker Spider-Man, or regular Spider-Man, and Marvel Team Up, and Marvel Tales, and Spidey Super Stories. Like all of them. Okay, so I'm a fan. A big fan.
And you watched The Electric Company when you were a kid.
Dude, that's how I got introduced to Spider-Man, was the Electric Company and his little thought bubbles. So I recognized him when I went to buy my first comic, Marvel Team Up number 42 with Vision, and I'm like, hey, that's a guy from Electric Company. Give me a quarter, ma. And the rest was history. Bought it from the San Marcos 7-Eleven on the corner of Rancho Santa Fe Boulevard and San Marcos Boulevard. Wow. There you go. No, and it's still there. And I ended up working right behind that 7-Eleven at a warehouse. That's not a bank, but I digress. Big fan of Spider-Man. So I'm going to check it out. Expectations were low. It looks like Flash animation, but at least they tried to make it look a little Romita-ish, right? So I'm like, okay, there's some Zipatone in there. I'm like, all right, little comic panels. I'm fine with that. And it's a kid's show. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, not going to have these high expectations. Voice actor comes out yesterday, Chris. According to Discussing Film.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm blocked by him. So brokenhearted about it. And he said, hey, I was worried this was going to be woke, but it totally wasn't. Well, maybe he was just reading his lines. To be fair, maybe it was just like he didn't know what anybody else's lines were. He just saw his lines and missed the part where Dr. Connors is Dr. Carla Connors, a black female, is the Lizard.
Yeah.
The Rhino's a woman. So 2 of your Sinister Six have been gender swapped. One has been race swapped. And I think you put it best, Chris. It's Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man and his amazing diverse friends.
He's like the only white guy in the whole show.
He is. And it stands, except for all the criminals. So it's Peter Parker and all the criminals.
It really stands out. What's weird is Peter Parker kind of looks like classic Peter Parker from the comic.
He does.
His hair, the way he looks, his size, his stature, he's classic. But everyone else is like from an urban, like with, characters have cornrows. There's they really lean into the ethnicity of every character, down to clothes, fashion, hair. And at one point, there's so much you haven't seen. But at one point, one of the characters, Pearl, stops mid, whatever conversation. Let me talk about my Filipino heritage.
Dude,
it's so weird.
They hint that when he gets to the lab, and then my name is Asha. Let's introduce each other and tell us where we are. Let's introduce ourselves, and we'll tell you where we are from. My name is Asha. I am from Wakanda. And this is Amadeus Cho. Yes, the totally awesome fucking Hulk is in this. So there's no, first 2 episodes, so there's no Gwen Stacy, there's no Mary Jane, there's no Flash Thompson, there's no Liz Allen. They are replaced by Lionel Lincoln. So the Flash Thompson character is replaced by Lonnie Lincoln. Sorry. Lonnie Lincoln, Tombstone. Tombstone. Tombstone is now Flash Thompson. All right. And then Nico from the Runaways is who everybody thought was Mary Jane. So that's Nico from the Runaways. And then a character, like, honestly, I don't remember at all, that was introduced in 2019 called Wave, which is black female Namor. And I'm sorry, Filipino. I thought it was a black girl, but it's Filipino. What threw me off is she's taller than everybody. And I'm like, Have you met a Filipino? They're not like 6'7" women. Okay. All right. Maybe.
One thing you're going to find out later in the show is they reference events from the MCU, really specific. Civil War, the Accords, whatnot, all the just very specific things that happen in the MCU, but Peter Parker is not a part of it. The other thing you'll find, Peter doesn't motivate his own story. And one, it's just already, people have talked about it. Sorry, spoiler. Uncle Ben is dead before the show.
Yes.
Before the show starts. So there's with great power comes great responsibility. In fact, someone else sensed that later in the show, a character you wouldn't believe.
I'm going to guess it's Norman Osborn.
It's Norman Osborn, who becomes like a patriarch. He's like, Peter does nothing. He doesn't design his own costume. He doesn't everyone around him.
The spider comes from another universe. So it starts, I kind of like this part. Okay. So a symbiote attacks Midtown High, right?
Yeah.
A symbiote, and it's Doctor Strange, and it's classic looking Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So the Doctor Strange is fighting it. And then after he's done fighting it, the spider falls through the little portal from another, they clearly say it's from another universe because Doctor Strange comes down and goes, "Oh, we're not from here." Like something like to that effect. So the spider comes down from the sky and lands on him and bites him.
He was just there.
Uncle Ben dead. Now, we know why they make this decision. Because fathers aren't important anymore. We're trying to remove masculinity. That's exactly why they de-emphasized him in the movies. That's why they're going to de-emphasize him now, because screw particularly white father figures, white people guiding you in life. So, and then they had the race swap Norman Osborn. But they race swapped everybody else. I mean, at least they were consistent. The guy who, murders a young white girl, has sex with that same girl in the comic books. It's a really weird choice. But we know why they made it. Identity politics.
And I'm going to talk spoilers because I watched the whole thing. I don't remember what happened in what episode, but at the end of the story, Aunt May goes to, you want to hear this? Do you care?
I could care less. If I could care less than less, I could care less.
Aunt May goes to visit someone in prison. It's Peter's dad.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. So he's alive, but in jail?
Wrongfully convicted or guilty?
Out of the blue.
Not a spy? A spy?
I don't know.
No? Yes, maybe?
Out of the blue. They clearly set it up to be like a cliffhanger. There's some cliffhangery things. The weird thing is, too, Harry Osborn, he's like a social media star and whatnot. He's got that man bun with earrings. He looks really feminine. It's
shocking when a dude's voice comes out of that, but then you're like, it's Hollywood. It's modern Hollywood.
Yeah. It's modern Hollywood. Let's feminize black men and make them look gay.
And somebody's got to do something about all the white criminals in the Queens. It's really gotten out of control.
Well, you find out later that Lonnie Lincoln, his brother Dre,
they're disproportionately committing 60% of the crimes.
Yeah, he's getting involved in a gang. I don't know if that played out in the first 2 episodes, but there's a lot of
he's still in the football team in the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, okay, that goes awry. But I'll just say this: there are a lot of CW like teen drama storylines with all the other characters. And I felt like after a while that Peter Parker is a guest star in his own show. Like, because
like everything
there's
Disney.
Like,
well,
like the Cape Crusader. Did you watch
Yeah,
any of the Cape Crusader?
I watched
It's
it. Yeah,
tons of
it's
those
like
vibes.
that.
Yes, it's exactly
you're
like
right.
that.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
it's like
so strange that a Batman property and a Spider-Man property made by two separate company have exactly the same themes.
yeah, like
Weird.
this weird, like diminished Peter. Everyone else comes up.
It's almost like it's engineered.
Yeah,
Socially.
Yeah.
So strange.
To just really gut all the iconic characters that are our heroes. Everyone from Captain Kirk to Batman to Spider-Man, they're all being gutted.
Yeah.
Star Trek, we haven't even talked about Section 31. I don't know how much you care to talk about, but Spider-Man, we'll get to that.
Sure.
Because there's a clip going viral about Section 31. You gotta see.
Which one? I mean,
It's
there
one-
could be 5.
It's one with Robert
the
Meyer
whole
Burnett. He's
show.
going off.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I saved it. Anyways, but back to this. And actually some of the art style, you'll see Doc Ock is introduced later, and he looks like Doc Ock.
Oh, that's a shocker.
He's not Doc Ock yet. He's an inventor. He's the one inventing all these devices that criminals are using.
Yeah.
But
So-
he looks like Doc Ock. I'm like, all right, so they got some things like, oh, that's iconic, and I like the art style. Like the art doesn't bother me. The art isn't the problem.
Yeah,
it's the writing. The writing.
Yeah, the animation is like what I mean, it's not great.
Whatever.
It's not good, but it's whatever. I mean, there's static, like there's literally background characters who just are like look like cutouts.
Yeah,
in a
it's
lot
like,
of scenes. But remember, this was originally conceived to be connected to the Spider-Man from the MCU, and it wasn't. But it still is, like Chris said.
Yeah.
There's the Iron Man's mentioned. Doctor Strange is in it. There's and again, I just watched the first 2 episodes this morning. They're short, thankfully.
Yeah.
And what did you text me? Like this is here. I want to use.
It's woke gold.
Yes. Yeah. That's
What
you said.
How can anyone look at this and not say it's very it's so woke, it's beyond.
That's the Kurtzman approach, right? That's the Kurtzman. We can tie this back. Kurtzman used to come out before every season of every Star Trek show going, this is really going to show Gene Roddenberry's values. This is going to be a more positive,
right.
optimistic view of the future. And then you'd see an eye get drilled out and a Klingon's baby head get severed and a retarded Kelpian cry for his mama and destroy all the dilithium in the fucking universe.
Right,
It'd be just
right.
the stupidest shit. Red Letter Media's video was great on Section 31. I think that was like the fine. I agree with Robert Meyer Burnett. That's kind of the final word on it. Got to give him credit where credit is due. And wish they took that. I wish they took that approach towards their Disney Star Wars stuff, because man, it hits something they care about, and whoa, isn't that crazy? But it's a really good video, really well edited. It's really funny. It's very funny. But that's the Kurtzman approach. So we're just gonna say, hey, this thing is totally not woke, and it's woke as hell.
It is so it's the most. Yeah, I don't know what Marvel. I think that they're really dumping. I mean, wait till we get to Ironheart and some of these other things, but they really are in this middle place where they gotta dump all the stuff.
They are, but they're still in the midst of an identity crisis, because no matter the purge or anything, there's still people there who like, we thought we did everything right. And instead of doing a real examination of what went wrong, they're just trying to patchwork it. And that doesn't work. That's what happens to all things that reach maturity at some point. Everything does. But yeah, it's they've shown desire to change, but then they pump out this. We're going to get Ironheart this year. Captain African American is just around the corner. That was quite controversial yesterday.
Oh yeah. We should talk about that. But I brought up, my take is, he misspoke and he realized he made a mistake. He was playing to that audience. You don't know the context. Look, I've been to events where they have celebrities speak. I feel like that's a dangerous thing. That's why when we were at Comic-Con in the room, they literally ask one question of each person who gets one response, and it's pretty much canned and rehearsed, right? But this was an off-the-cuff thing with foreign press. He said something stupid. He realized he said something stupid. And by the way, to his credit, he did clarify,
Yeah, we can pull that video.
You want the video first?
I want, do video first and then clarification.
Yeah, the clarification. Well, we'll talk about it.
When we were talking about on Real BBC yesterday, it was clear he wanted that back the minute he said it, because we've done that on many streams where it's like, oh shit, and then you just try to talk your way out of it. And he couldn't, but he was like, he started rambling after that, and it was clear that it's like, did he think it would probably go viral? I don't think so. But dude, Representative Tim Burchett, who I fucking love from Tennessee, tweeted about this. Libs of TikTok, everybody, like it hit the political sphere. So it hit the stratosphere, not just our sphere, right? Benny was tweeting.
I have thoughts on this. So anyways.
For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things. And I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations. Like it's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity. Someone who is trustworthy and dependable.
Pause. Okay. So the way that sounds, whether he meant it or not, he said, I don't think America should be one of those things. When he probably should have said, it's more than America.
That's it. Yep. That's a subtle difference, but he I just
because it makes it sound like, oh, it's not American to be trustworthy and have integrity.
Honorable.
That's exactly what it sounds like. Misspoke or not. I mean, it happened, and it certainly didn't help. And we talked about it yesterday, Chris. That's why end press tours. You don't need these things.
Yes,
and you're the one who brought up. They're just for the actor's ego, right?
They literally are placating the actors' egos. Like, to look at all these people that want to talk to you. We'll give you 4 minutes with Anthony Mackie, and I interviewed him back in the day. When I was at G4, he was in a movie that George Lucas produced about black fighter pilots in World War II, and I forget the name of the movie. It was very forgettable. But when I met him, he watched G4, which I thought was kind of cool. But the other thing I'll say about Anthony Mackie, he did a clarifying statement within 24 hours of this going viral. And secondly, not Rachel Zegler, not other people that have said
Red Tails. Was he in Red Tails?
Red Tails, that's it. Yeah. Pretty sure it was Red Tails. Anyways, all I'm saying is none of the people like Rachel Zegler or other people were putting things out to clarify, because even her apology we know was BS.
Yeah.
Because she was forced to do that. And Anthony Mackie, by the way, which I have a video to show later after this, I'll show you a video.
Yeah, he's said some really good stuff before, actually.
He's super based. He's super normal. Guess what? Have you heard him say anything stupid before this?
No, not even. We were at the panel at Comic-Con, and he was actually pretty funny.
And he is an enthusiastic. He's doing his job. He's selling the movie, but he's selling the movie to a foreign audience, but to not Americans. So he is trying to address how a non-American could get behind. Yes, it should have been. They should.
But it's Italy. It's not like it's the UK. It's Italy. I mean, Italy's can be pretty based in parts. There's some weird parts of Italy too, just like our country. But my experience going there was they're pretty fucking cool. They don't have country insecurity in Italy at all.
Right.
At all. They love their country. They know about patriotism. They're down with that stuff. So that was my experience there. But it was misspoke or not. we get to so he rambles on and basically says, you know, when you were a kid, you had your imagination, nothing could keep you down, and then people told you no. What kind of people told you no, right? The fact of the matter is you either grew out of it or your parents were telling you no. And one of the problems I've had with identity politics and all this bullshit of like, well, and he said this a lot too, Chris. He did say this a lot, more than once. He's all, well, now little black kids can see themselves as Captain America. You always could have. You always could have. It's just imagination, right? You can always be Spider-Man. There's nothing keeping you from being Spider-Man. You know what? When we played superheroes, one of my friends or I would play Black Panther.
Yeah.
Didn't matter. Didn't matter. Didn't matter. So if and it's not supposed to matter, right? And the whole point of the matter is that they took Falcon, the second black character in Marvel Comics, right? A seminal character, an important character, and they gave him hand-me-downs, basically saying that character didn't matter. The white character has more importance. Captain America is clearly a bigger character than Falcon, but you could build Falcon if you showed the same kind of commitment you did with Iron Man. Now, Anthony Mackie is not Robert Downey Jr., but you could he's got respect. Nobody didn't like Anthony Mackie as Falcon. Everybody loved Anthony Mackie as Falcon. And you know what?
Very charming.
Falcon
really
can
charming.
lead the Avengers. He'd be a perfect leader for the event. He'd be better than fucking Captain Marvel for sure.
Yeah, I would prefer him as Falcon to do that.
So, I mean, it's just bullshit. And they know it's bullshit. We're fighting this information war right now. Internally, they know this movie sucks. They know this movie sucks, and they're going to move away from this type of stuff. They had to reshoot the entire thing to ground it, to try to reset the slate for whatever the soft reboot happens in 2030 or whatever, if anybody cares by then. But that's the most frustrating thing is like, we are hearing internally that like, we know this movie is not good. Like just like with Echo, if we could shit can Ironheart, we would. That's
right.
That's the sentiment, the true sentiment behind the scenes. But they can't. And I think it's mostly for political reasons. I think you could take the loss and just not release the show.
Yeah.
So let's see the response. X-Ray Girl. There we go. Okay, this is from Anthony Mackie. This was hours later, so this didn't even take a day. This took what, 5 hours?
He is very genuine. I believe he believes this. I've watched. You probably have a lot of the Marvel DVDs. I'm gonna assume you have the Marvel DVDs in the behind the scenes, which they do a good job. I don't know. I haven't bought any in a long time, but I have a lot of, in the Infinity Saga. I've got most of those. They have almost all of them. The behind the scenes are great. And Anthony Mackie in the behind the scenes is so charming. They do a whole thing where he does a lot of stunts. And when he's done with the stunt, he says, cut the check. Like he earned his pay for doing something cool. He's so filled with enthusiasm and he's so happy to be doing what he's doing. I don't think we've heard previous to this anything negative about Anthony Mackie as a performer or saying stupid political takes. And that's why I think this is a little overblown, but you take it from here, Gary. I just want to say, watch the BTS of the Captain America movies with Anthony Mackie, or watch, Winter Soldier. That is, it's so good. It's so like that movie, and then all the BTS, and it's great. Anyways, and I agree with you that Cap might be the best trilogy. That's a debate worth having.
It's the most consistent superhero trilogy out there. We did have a debate about that.
Yeah, but Lord of the Rings, you can't. It's like,
well,
Lord of the
superhero.
Rings, you have to put that aside and go, okay, that's its own. You can't
like
debate
superhero trilogy. What
Superhero.
has the three most solid movies? Like Dark Knight is better than any Captain America movie to a lot of people, right? That's fine. But Dark Knight Rises is shit. Spider-Man 2, better than any Captain America movie. And I would agree with that. Spider-Man 3, memeable, fun, not good. Not a good movie.
I love Bully Maguire, but
Bully Maguire is great, but it's not a good movie.
Superman 1, 2, Superman 3. I remember hating that movie as a
I
kid.
couldn't stand it as a kid.
Hated that movie, Superman 3. Really depressed.
Love Christopher Reeve, but here we go.
Love-
So let me be clear about this. Every time they start with "let me be clear." By the way, do you think a lot of people think he got a phone call? I think he got a phone call, but instead of
I think he got a phone call. It was going viral, and I think he might have known he screwed up, but no one's gonna see this. But then it blew up, and the fact that he responded so quickly, that also says something. I'm thinking, look at the people like that don't do that. Look at the
okay,
Ruffalos or the other people that say stupid shit. Fuck them. But yeah, anyway, sorry.
Let me be clear about this. I'm a proud American, and taking on the shield of a hero like Cap is the honor of a lifetime. I have the utmost respect for those who serve and have served our country. Cap has universal characteristics that people all over the world can relate to. Yes. You know what shirt, anecdotally, again, do you know what shirt I have seen in the UK, in Sicily, in Peru? I saw X-Ray Girl. You saw we saw the little kids in that little place where we like tried the tea and I got this bracelet and we had to put on those silly hats. There was a bunch of little kids running around with Captain America shirts on.
In Europe?
In
Out
Peru.
in the country.
Yeah,
Like
out in the country of Peru.
Not even in the city. So
Bunch of kids with Captain America shirts. And I pointed it out. I'm like, you don't see any Star Wars shirts, do you? You don't see that. Look at that. That's Captain America right there. So I think that's a fine response. I would have led with, listen, that's not what I meant when I said it. I misspoke. That would have been better. Now click on Disparu's response here.
Oh no.
So Disparu points out he's also desperately trying to race grift while being too thick to not contradict himself in the next sentences.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oop.
Yeah, I agree with what you said, Gary. I fucked up. Like you know, you have that
Just
much
click on
press
the
attention.
image.
When you have that much press attention, or like you and I, we've been on YouTube for hundreds, if not thousands of hours. We have said stupid shit. But no one, I mean, I 100% know I've said stupid shit.
Absolutely.
Anyways.
Ride Hagrid.
Oh
That's
God.
not all. From the beloved Chris Evans, while Mackie recognizes his historical significance of being a black Captain America, he wants to the character to be symbol for good for the people of all backgrounds. I think it's just as important for black kids to see that black Captain America as it is for white kids. Growing up, my favorite hero was Green. It wasn't about race or anything. It was about him being a good guy trying to do the right thing. You just contradicted yourself in that same little sentence. It didn't matter. You just said it didn't matter. So why are we saying black Captain America, which is something you even call out in Falcon and Winter Soldier when they say, why isn't it Black Falcon?
Well,
if it doesn't matter, then it shouldn't matter.
By the way, when Falcon,
give the shield to Bucky.
I used to buy the Captain America and Falcon comic as a kid. Still only 25 cents.
Still only 25 cents.
Bought it off spinner racks. Used to ride my bike to the drugstore. That's where you got comics. Anyways, and I love that. And it struck me, he was the first character, Falcon, that wasn't called Black whatever.
Yeah.
Like, like black, every character that was a black superhero, it is kind of dumb looking back. It's like
Black Goliath.
Black what?
Black Goliath.
Black. It's like
who's in Ant-Man, Wasp and Ant-Man. So
I mean, it's pretty dumb, but what's funny is it's not the first time he's been embroiled in controversy. Can I play a clip that's like a little over
yeah. I know what you're playing.
You know what clip I'm gonna play. So can I play this?
Of course.
It's on the Wendy show, which I've never heard of.
Oh, she's got dementia now, which is very sad.
That's sad. But it's about sandwiches, which I love. I mean, he got in trouble for saying that, something that I thought was very look, and I'll just say I'm a fan of Anthony Mackie. I think he is to be admired both on and off screen, and he fucked up. Like you said, Gary.
He fucked up.
He fucked up. And I think he should be given the benefit of the doubt based on his history. He has other clips, he said, that are very traditional values. And just a reminder, we're usually not the cancelers, right? So people going after Anthony, a little perspective, learn a little more about him. He said and he got in trouble for saying "make daddy a sandwich," which
I don't think anybody wants him fired.
Right, but X-Ray Girl, I'm told, makes great sandwiches.
Yes.
From who?
I've heard it's out there. I'm hearing from people an X-Ray Girl sandwich. Very.
I guess you heard it from my daddy then.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hollywood has not earned the benefit of the doubt, even if it's a mistake and it sucks and it's a product of what they have created. You can't really blame the audience for reacting that way at all, especially all the shit they've been through in the comics, especially the fans. We're talking about comic book fans. The shit they've been through. It's like, I even said it yesterday. I'm like, I've never heard him say anything that incredibly stupid before. But nobody's like, oh, fire him. He should never work again. Never. No. I mean, he said something stupid. You know what? What we do what the internet does. You clap back. You point it out like, this is fucking stupid. America is in the fucking name of Captain America. He's draped in a fucking flag, American flag, and especially after this cultural shift. So I don't think it's fair at all to expect people to give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, now that he's come back and kind of bent the knee, whether he got a phone call or not, that's why at this point in time in a culture war, you should not be doing press at fucking all. The only thing you should be doing press for, you know what? These motherfuckers are trained, Chris. They can just say, you know, I think we went out and made the best movie we possibly could. You know, do it like a sports interview. We gave it 110%. Our backs were against the wall, and we wanted to score more points than the other team. You know, that's it. That's all you say.
Yeah. But I just, having followed him for years, I will personally give him the benefit of the doubt, because in contrast to people like Mark Ruffalo or Mark Hamill or Rachel Zegler, those people are idiots saying stupid things all the time, and they're say cruel and mean spirited things towards an audience. Like they do not help the brand. I don't know why I can't believe, are they hiring Ruffalo to be in, you mentioned Spider-Man?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume so. I mean, if it's going to be Hulk, it's going to be him, which is kind of a bummer. I wish they just recast the role. For one,
but you're right. Like,
he looks just old now. Like he ain't taking care of him.
He's starting to look old.
Yeah.
If you look, Justine Bateman's, you're right about the media and being put in front. Like, I think I always watch every Marvel red carpet because it's gold.
It's gold.
Those. It's gold. Stupid sort of small producers, people around and it's the media baiting them with questions. He will be baited. I guarantee this will not be the last stupid clip we see, because he's going to be baited. Did you see, speaking of bait, Justine Bateman, weird connection. She commented on, they showed people at the RFK hearing to bring it back to exercising with people who can't get into lift cars. They showed the screen of someone at the his hearing who had pre-written headlines negative against RFK before the hearing started. There were close-ups of the screens of the journalists that had their headlines already written. They were just going to fill it in with quotes and then file the story. So they create the narrative before that.
Yes.
The press is out to find you making a mistake and to actually bait you into saying the stupid thing. I've watched those dumb interviews, like the one with Leslie Headland. Is this the gayest? Well, yeah, you put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Like she actually said, I don't know. Is it? I mean, it was, by the way.
She turned it into a joke.
She turned it into a joke, but it was still like, guys, how about making this? It's not funny anymore. It hasn't been funny to the audience in a long time. So we made it funny. Not you. We did. We started mocking your fucking shit because it was so predictably bad. Like the Acolyte and the Marvels failing, everybody called that from day one. From the day it was announced and we saw who was attached to both things, we're like, flop. And I mentioned, I can't tell you how many videos I'm like, as sure as the sun is going to rise in the east and set in the west, as sure as the Rings of Power season 2 is going to lose most of his audience, as sure as the Marvels is going to flop and the Acolyte is going to flop. They were absolute locks for you betting folks out there. Locks. As sure as the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win this Super Bowl thanks to the refs. It's a lock. Okay. It was so easy to predict. And somehow it's still a surprise to the people making the decisions, Chris. And their response over the years has been to blame the fans. Terms like media illiteracy, you knuckle-dragging comic book readers who supported Spider-Man for years and made him worth billions of dollars. You fucking incels. You know, fuck them. They don't deserve the benefit of the doubt. And if they're going to, like, when one of us makes a mistake, or when or they find some rando tweet, they plaster it everywhere. They have Moses Ingram make a fucking video about it. They have Ewan McGregor give his a better performance than he did in fucking Kenobi from his fucking car. Like, so yeah, it's been on for a long time, and now you're getting what you deserve. What you earn this. Access media, corporate media, fucking legacy media, whatever the fuck you are, you irrelevant fucks. You earn this. And you know what? Who followed suit? Who took all that bait to help gaslight and use them? Every fucking studio in Hollywood. They thought that was a good idea. Apparently it wasn't.
Yeah, well, I just don't know how, from a corporate standpoint. This is an ongoing conversation that ties into Section 31. I watched it. Dude, I finally watched it.
Before you get into that,
the worst. Okay, yes.
The biggest injustice is Picard was not shot in 4K. Picard season 3.
No.
They shot this in 4K. There's a 4K release coming out. There's a fucking 4K release coming out for this. But they shot fucking Picard in like 1080p.
It's a miracle that Terry Matalas.
Well, it's more than that.
Was able to do with Picard what he did with season 3. It's a miracle. And the fact that is the best of modern Star Trek, it really is the best of modern Trek. That actually I got wrapped up. I got choked up a few, choked up. They understand the importance of what ship porn is and how it can actually
ship
get you
porn.
in the feels.
See, my boy knows what ship porn is.
Ship porn, to be clear. But the other one will be something from Germany. But, did you wait, Gary? Side note: did you order Star Trek the motion picture, 1/650th scale Enterprise from Tomy? Did you get it?
I didn't order it
because I noticed I have the old Enterprise I bought for like $700. It's going for like $3,000 on eBay.
I didn't because I was told, I can't say who, but somebody was going to make me one that's better.
But why not have two?
I know. I probably should have ordered it. And we saw it at Con, right? That was the one we saw at Con, the Enterprise D refit, or not D, the Enterprise refit, the Enterprise refit.
In the motion picture
with all the lights and everything.
Burnett and I were like texting, like, you get it? Like, yeah,
I didn't get it. I didn't
I
get
should
it.
have bought two.
I'll have to buy it secondhand for too much money, or not, because I don't have room for anything anymore. But
yeah. Well, I need to move so I can find some room. I'm gonna move.
Oh, thank you.
At some point. So this room is getting a little.
The fact
crazy.
that I have storage is stupid.
I have no storage. I will not do storage anymore because I'm not paying to not see my stuff. I'm gonna keep the things I love.
Two.
In my, you have two storage?
Yeah, I have two. Well, one in San Francisco still.
I calculated how much money I was spending on storage, and I was like, I could just buy more stuff. So I did a huge purge. This is years ago, and I will only keep my stuff here, but I cannot become like a hoarder.
Yeah,
it's a good
philosophy.
Get out of control here. Well, not
mostly like Christmas, Halloween decorations, Melissa's clothes, and my comics. which
There
is
you
a
go.
lot.
Oh, it's seasonal. That's fine. Seasonal is fine. I
Yeah.
have one bin of Christmas, one bin of Halloween.
Yeah, we took our Christmas tree back finally. So like we're finally done with Christmas. We did that 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Section 31, Chris, tell us your thoughts. It was so amazing.
Even if you could argue that if this wasn't Star Trek, it would still be fun. No, it's bad.
No.
It's bad. Not only that, the money that was spent on it, it looks so bad. It's trying to be a Suicide Squad, Guardians of the Galaxy thing and failing. Some of the worst writing we've ever seen, poorly directed and obviously chopped up and re-edited in a bad way. And it reminded me, this is a weird take. Battle Beyond the Stars was a movie that I loved as a kid.
Loved it.
Loved it. Great score by James Horner, written by John Sayles.
John Boy.
Yeah, he was actually good in it.
He was.
What's weird is he went to do almost nothing else after. But James Cameron did the effects for it.
Yes.
And I love that movie, Battle Beyond the Stars.
The ship porn is awesome.
The ship porn. One of the ships in it was ripped off for the Mandalorian.
Yes.
The main ship, Ness, right? In the ship.
Yeah.
Became the Mandalorian ship. No one else notices but me. Anyways, that movie it's charming. Even at the time, was kind of cheap. But what struck me was the sets in Battle Beyond the Stars. They were very much studio sets where you couldn't really go a lot of places. That's what Section 31 was. I'm like, these sets are terrible. It's designed by someone who doesn't know how to film a set. And the one thing, like, even like, this sounds another weird reference, on Attack of the Show, the way they hired someone to design the new set at the East Studios, where they had like this, you shoot here, this here, this here. You could turn the camera in literally 3 places. They had like mobile phones and they made it look big. The one thing you would hear when anyone entered the studio is, wow, this is a lot smaller than I imagined. They designed it to give it dimension and look big. These sets were designed not by someone who knew what they were doing. That stupid nightclub set was awful. God awful. Reminded me of, like I said, Battle Beyond the Stars. Cheap sets that they did the best they could with what they had. Well, I give Battle Beyond the Stars a pass. I do not give Paramount a pass. They spent way too much money on this to make a cheap effed up show. And Mike, who thought the idea of having an unlikable lead character who kills her entire family in the opening scene?
I know.
And that's their Hunger Games thing to find an emperor. Like, God, why would I like this person? Okay. It's not like even all the Suicide Squad and Guardians people, hey, they have some dark stuff in their past, but they have a moral code. A moral code. You kill your mother and father. And this is why I kind of feel it resonates, or they thought it may resonate with modern audiences. Which is a weird thing to say. It's that, I don't know if you know about this, that it's like, what is it, like 1 in 4 Gen Z have completely cut off their family. 1 in 4 adults are estranged from their family.
That's just so sad.
It is sad.
And I know people who, this is an op-ed about this. One from the LA Times, they're estranged from their family. So this idea of killing your own family is actually probably, they feel maybe that's appealing.
I need to see the research on this. That seems awfully high. That's 25%.
Right.
That's 25% of families having estranged.
I'll put the
is it
link.
25% of somebody with a Gen Z kid? Like, I've got to see the research on this.
It's Gen Z. It's Gen Z.
Okay. I've got to see the research on
anyways, I'm just saying that maybe that's what they think the appeal is. And there's so much of what we talked about is diminish the family, diminish the father, diminish. But I've seen this happen in my own family, not involving me, to be clear. I see my kids all the time. Love my kids. When they're not estranged, but other members of my family have dealt with this, and it's very sad to see. I know other people like, what is this? And you see videos where people are like this, and you've seen videos where people like, so you're going to go no contact with your family. It's something that's celebrated.
Well, if you look at the writers from Section 31, the ones who wrote the actual episode and who were pinned by Kurtzman to write that series. If you go look at those two girls, you will completely understand that their entire reference in life is probably through only reading and watching the Hunger Games.
Right. And so what I'm saying, this is a very bizarre connection, but this is what you and we look for connection.
That's what we do. We look for connection.
They may have thought that opening scene would appeal to a certain audience. And it's effing sad to me because this is a real thing. Hating your family, distancing, going no contact, and Philippa Georgiou, I can't stand her name.
Philippa Georgiou.
It's dumb.
Philippa Georgiou.
She is not a good character to base a show on. Maybe a foil in the series, but to center a show on her was a terrible choice. To not move forward with a show connected to Picard season 3, what was it? Star Trek Legacy would have been amazing. To do Section 31, F. Kurtzman, get him out of there. You've destroyed. No one cares about Star Trek. No one cares about it anymore. The damage is done. It's over. It's over. And
it is
trying to appeal to these people is read that story later, Gary. It might be fodder.
I will. I that might be a good one for the Rumble Hour. Thanks, Chris. Chris always sending me great articles, by the way. Hey, my biggest video ever. Chris is like, you need to do a video on this article.
Right. Yeah.
Like, okay.
Well, I sent you one today or last night about Quentin Tarantino. Maybe we'll have
Yeah. I might be able to fit that in my next video is going to be kind of a movie review, but it's not. It's about more than the movie.
His quote is gold.
Oh, his quote is absolute gold. Oh, the one that says like movies have been dead since 2019, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I Quentin, I love you, man. I love you. I don't love all your movies, but Roger Avery's out there. He follows me on Twitter.
Oh,
based as fuck. He's great. No, Quentin's great. Quentin's no bullshit. So I respect the hell out of Quentin. Quentin, Nolan. You don't have to like all their films, but you have to respect how they professionally go about their work and are in a position where they have they can say whatever the fuck they want. And we need 1,000 more people like that in Hollywood.
Yeah,
we do. Because Quentin's the one who said, hey, movies are the working man's art form. And Hollywood forgot that. Yeah, you got your little art films and you got your little this and that. But most importantly, it was the working man. And what did it appeal to in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, and even in the early 2000s? The early aughts was the working man and the working woman. And thanks to Harvey Weinstein and his push through Miramax, it was a long process. And political correctness, they went away from that and they went full-blown elitist. Now, actors and producers have always seen themselves as elitists, but at least the ones from the past had done work for, some of them came from nothing. So they knew like what it was like. Now we're into Nepo babies and generational wealth and Silicon Valley getting in there, and there's just no connection at all. And it shows. But no, he's Quentin's been great. Quentin's been great. So back to Section 31 real quick.
Yes. Oh,
so
God.
Byung-Young Kim or whatever her name is, she and her her writing partner who had like one credit are fucking, YA people. That's
right.
And they wanted to bring in YA people to make Star Trek connect to a younger audience. You know who's still watching Star Trek? The old farts who won't let go, and some and like Tumblr people. The same people watching fucking Doctor Who. If you look at the key demographic of Doctor Who, of Star Trek, it is incredibly low. And it's moving that way for Star Wars too. Star Wars has now lost a generation.
Yep.
Something they hadn't done before. Doctor Who had actually gained a generation. Gained one. There was little kids watching Doctor Who again here in America. Lost it immediately. Star Trek, they're generations behind. That's not one. It's two.
Have you seen the clip of the transgender writer commenting?
Oh, you could, let's pull that up.
Did you see that? Did I send it to you?
Transgender people are not allowed to be successful.
Can you drop the link?
Oh, good. Yeah, that's the one. That's the clip. I can't. Oh, so you already have it. Okay, good.
No, I don't know if we have it in the research.
This isn't just a transgender writer. It's like, it's not that. It's what they've written and who they're for. Yeah. It's books for children.
Yes.
Books for children that describe sex acts and stuff like that. So it's not just some drag queen from Brooklyn or fucking the Castro or something like that, which I have no fucking problem with. It is, and this writer has written Doctor Who before, and it's the culmination of events. It's not just this transgender writer. It's everything. It's Russell T Davies. He is the tip of the spear of this failure.
Chris, can you drop the link for that? I don't have it on.
Yeah, I got it. I'll find it. I'll find it. So give me I'm gonna have to look for it.
You sent it to me. So go in my DMs.
I sent it to you.
Yeah, you sent it to me.
Oh, I got it. Yeah. I got it. Right. Okay. Let me share
always
it.
check my DMs too.
Sorry about
X-Ray Girl, which you can do right in here.
I can, but I want to give you your privacy too.
I don't know what.
There's nothing in my DMs. Like if it got shared, I'd be like,
okay. So Juno Dawson responds to fan backlash of becoming a new writer of Doctor Who. Stay mad. So let me bring
So this is day after the backlash. This isn't like from another time. This is a day after.
Okay, 1 minute clip. Here we go.
Yesterday was a real reminder that trans people cannot publicly have success. We are not allowed to do well without getting just a slew of shit on social media.
And why is that?
I should be able to do my job without being abused. You know, particularly on Twitter. I mean, I deleted my main account. Pause. At what people were saying on the
pause. Make it stop. Being abused on Twitter.
That vocal fry is hard.
Sweetheart. Welcome to the internet. Welcome to reality. We all get abused. You can not go to Twitter. You can ignore it completely. And one of the reasons you're getting some clapback is from the Doctor Who fandom. Really has nothing. Well, it has everything to do with the books you wrote for kids. Yeah. People are aware of that. So don't try to play the victim, you fucking weirdo. You want to be trans, that's fine. You wrote books for kids with sexual acts. Call me crazy. That's a line that should be drawn forever. And there should be a giant wall put up that should never be crossed. And guess what? It never will. It's a complete losing argument. Because the next natural step of transing young 11-year-old kids, 13-year-old kids, you know what the very next step is? Maps. That's the very next step. That is the next unnatural step. So don't start. Plus, your political movement has pissed everybody off. Has the way you've gone out and demanded. I demand you treat me this way. I demand. You know what? When you walk up to anybody, like I would say this is an American trait, but I would say probably just. I think it's in our innate rebellion across the world. You demand shit from me, I'm going fuck you. That's my first response. Fuck you. And demanding this to an insane level. So, you're part of it. I bet you're a person who supports some dude beating a bunch of girls in a swimming tournament. That would be my guess. Are you against that? If you were, that'd be new. Doctor Who sucks anyway. And it wasn't just you. Sweet. I know like a narcissist is going to think it's all about her. It's not. It was that whole group of writers and the one token Pete Matigue, who has written Doctor Who in the past. But it's the culmination of multiple failures. Your thing's already dead, so fucking write it. You can write the whole fucking season. I don't care. But it's about like not allowed to have success. No, that's something you need to fucking earn. So go earn it. Go write the best Doctor Who episode ever. Let's see it. Let's fucking see it. You can hit
Should we
play.
watch the rest?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
God, if we can. Sorry.
And by the way, this person wrote a book called "This Book Is Gay."
Yeah,
for kids.
For kids.
All right, here we go.
Little kids.
So I got to thinking, and it's really disgusting. Like,
yes,
people should not be allowed to say those things.
Yes,
someone.
we can say wherever we want in our country.
Not be allowed. I don't. I think people should be allowed to say
whatever the hell they want.
Let the chips fall where they may.
Oh, so were you equally calling out Mags Visaggio when Mags Visaggio wanted to take a baseball bat to people? Were you calling that out? Sugar fake tits?
Oh my God.
Were you?
Yeah, and it's just because I'm trans. If I was cisgender, I don't think there would be an issue. But I need to ignore that because, I won. Yesterday was a real reminder.
Oh my God, it makes me.
I won. So this person is writing Doctor Who. Why?
Because they're trans. Not because they're talented.
Why did they get the job? But I think I already know.
There's a trans director out there, and they worked on Terminal List. Nobody made an issue of it whatsoever.
Yeah,
because the director was good. Nobody gives a shit, and the director wasn't writing books aimed towards kids. Pretty sure it was Terminal List, right? Terminal List.
I don't know.
Pretty sure it was. And nobody gave a shit. Oh, poor me. You live in a victim. You know what? Go out and dig a ditch. Makes me think of this. I don't know if it was intended or not, Chris Gore. You know the Oingo Boingo song from Only a Lad, Capitalism? One of the most based fucking songs ever written.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with the capitalism. There's nothing wrong with the free enterprise. Don't try to make me feel guilty. I'm so tired of hearing your lies. There's nothing wrong with them making some profit. If you ask me, I say it's just fine. There's nothing wrong with wanting to live nice. I'm so tired of hearing you whine about the revolution and bringing down the rich. When was the last time you dug a ditch, baby? Da-na-na-na-na-na. Fucking great song. Great song. Quelndar for 50. Did Ben and Jerry on the Streamlabs side? Did Ben and Jerry fire themselves to fight white power yet? Hail the Frontier Fellowship. They needed to get back their land, and they put out that woke. Did you see that? Like, we're doubling down on the DEI shit on Twitter that they put out a couple days ago.
I saw that. It looked so stupid.
It was so fun, and it's like, you know what? The only thing I'll have to say is. You make fucking ice cream. You make people fucking fat. Ice cream makes people fart. So you're actually adding to the
Right?
methane in our fucking atmosphere by making fucking ice cream. You want to do the most base thing you could possibly do? Don't just boycott Ben & Jerry's. Don't eat fucking ice cream. It's bad for you.
Yeah, I don't eat it. I don't eat Ben & Jerry's.
That's asking a lot, especially, women around that time of the month. But
yeah. So we're doing soups. Okay,
I just saw that one and it made me think of the Ben and Jerry one. But
another topic, Gary.
Yeah.
Okay, that 1 minute Superman teaser.
Ricky Berwick.
That was so perfect.
Dude, yes.
Look at it here.
You can look at it. Like it's mind-boggling that made it through it. He's like, there's no CGI. It's like, yep, David Corn Sweat was just flying through the Arctic. There was no CGI.
The look on his face is so bad. It's terrible.
Like, look at it.
I know.
Actually, it looks better.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All right, fine. That's not David Corn Sweat.
Oh my Gore.
But Anyways,
hey, at least your eye is a little more lined up than his.
right. It looks, I'm sorry, it looks bad.
It doesn't look good.
The movie does not look good. The cinematography is done by the guy who did The Flash. Why did you pick him? And like James Gunn seems obsessed with this super extreme wide angle. He used it in Guardians 3. I did not like it. And there's like one shot where Superman's punching through glass, some glass thing. I'm sure it's not. And his foot looks ridiculously large. It's like, it doesn't like it's a weird.
I know what you're talking about.
It's very student film to me. I see student filmmakers use it. It's a crutch.
Terry Gilliam uses it for the surreal aspect.
But it works
like the fisheye kind of wide. It totally works. It absolutely works because his movies are supposed to feel like kind of a little bit of a fever dream, like everything.
Right.
Yeah. But they did that in Guardians. So like they'd have these sweeping shots and then you'd see like Drax's leg and it gets like a mile long. Right. And it's like, what are you doing? You know? But yeah, it like, listen, the Snyder Bros aren't going to let this shit go ever. So they were the first ones to point out, to their credit, like, oh, this looks like a shot from the Batman. This looks like a shot from Guardians 3. This looks like a shot from this and that. It's the same. And then of course the people against the Snyder Bros. Oh, well, look at these stupid shots of Henry Cavill. Like, and that's the internet. Just deal with it.
Yeah.
But they're not wrong. They're not fucking wrong. Those shots look exactly. Oh, it was Black Adam. It was the Batman, Warlock, and that Superman. Both like it's the same shot. It's like, come on, you're. Hey, maybe he shocks us all with like, we're going to just put out the worst fucking promotional images. We're going to put out a mediocre trailer. And then David Corenswet's eyes like wandering. And then I'm going to make the best movie in the world. And we can only go off what we're given. And it hasn't been great. I think we can all say that the introduction of the DCU has not been great.
No. I feel really bad because I'm a James Gunn fan. I knew him before he was famous. I like a lot of the movies he's made, but this is not looking good. It's just when you compare it to Henry Cavill flying, he looks so freaking. I mean, he's jacked. He's got the jawline. He's got the he is great as Superman. He's great.
Dude, in the Snyder cut, when he's beating the fuck out of Steppenwolf, it's fucking awesome. It is.
It's great. Great. And also, Chris Reeve, at least in the first two movies, so good. And we're seeing, and it's just, it looks less than. It looks like TV, CW Superman. It doesn't. I mean, we are supposed to be in awe of Superman. And that's, Zack Snyder, for all the flaws of Man of Steel, his portrayal of Superman is so good. The character itself. But
it is. And look at how Hawk Girl looks. She looks fucking terrible. Like utterly terrible. And like, I don't think he's trolling at all. I follow Alex Ross because I love his art.
Yeah.
I fucking love his art. And I pretty much, every time I see something, I'm like, because I just love it. And he put like a trailer comes out and then he'll put up the images that he's done. And again, I don't think it's trolling, but he's got like his Hawkman and Hawk Girl. And I'm like, why in the fuck couldn't you do that?
It's looking like I've seen cosplay at conventions.
Better.
That was better.
Much better. Like,
and I'm feeling nervous about this movie now.
Yeah, the Guy Gardner haircut like looks like worse than it does in the comics, although it's close, but it looks worse. Like undoubtedly it looks worse.
You could have made it.
And Nathan Fillion playing Guy Gardner, I think is great. I have no problem with that
Love
at
that.
all.
Love it.
And And like, dude, the Lantern casting I hate the fucking, oh God, I hated this with Arrow too. It's Green Lantern. It's Green Arrow. It's Arrow. It's like, it makes you sound apologetic for what your superheroes were. That's why I fucking hate it. So I hate the title Lanterns. That's fucking retarded. But they got the guy from Banshee. He's old, but they already have an old, I'm forgetting his name though. So Coach from Friday Night Lights, the TV show, is Hal Jordan. And then I'm blanking on his name now. But the bad guy, the bad Amish guy from Banshee is going to play Sinestro. He's fucking good. He's a good actor. So under a lot of makeup, it should be fine.
All I'm saying is, okay, if you ever seen, side note, chat will know. I love the chat. Saying hi to the chat. Have you seen the video? Have you seen the videos produced by Bat in the Sun?
No.
It's a YouTube channel that they do videos where they take classic characters and have them fight, like Darth Vader and Gandalf or something. Anyways, they Bat in the Sun. They put so much. I'll find it. Let me find it. Well,
find it. I'll read a super chat while you find it.
Sure.
But like, to sum that up, with Creature Commandos was really underwhelming. Really underwhelming. Whelming at best. Whelming. And as Mahler put it, the Superman trailer was whelming. The introduction of the DCU, I'll say they hit a single. They hit a single that barely got out of the infield, that just like dipped over the shortstop's reaching arm, and they hit a single. They did not hit a home run. They did not hit a double. They did not hit a triple. Nothing.
I won't play into the videos because I don't want to get struck. But look at the images. This is Bat in the Sun is a YouTube channel, 2.6 million subs. Subscribe to it. Why am I not subscribed? Anyways, look at the images. This is like Thor versus Superman. Okay, look at that. Batman versus Darth Vader. Right.
Yep.
Look like Joker and Harley Quinn. Look at that Joker. Like, they do these things. I mean, it's stupid nerd matchups, right? Like Spider-Man versus Darth Maul, like Superman and Batman versus Darth Vader. They make these ridiculous like matchups, but the images, look at the images. The guy who does this does such a good job. So much love. Look at the costume design. Look at Wonder Woman versus Wolverine. It's fandom.
I think costume designing has fucking gone to shit in Hollywood for the most part.
Agreed.
Absolutely gone to shit. They have no fucking talent. And if the excuse is it's meant to look stupid, guys, it's meant to be retarded. It's meant to be stupid is fucking retarded. Just because you're trying to like, if you're doing a Justice League International or whatever the fuck you're doing, or a JLA, and you're trying to make them look like they're government sponsored, you could still make their costumes look cool.
Look at this. Wolverine versus Batman. Look at that image.
Yeah. And dude, and we're so fucking far into it, there's no excuse. We are so far into the superhero movie, there is no fucking excuse anymore. The fact that it took 24 fucking years to get Wolverine in his fucking costume is retarded.
Well, I look at this. He makes fan films. It's all in good fun. He documents it all. He does Kickstarters and crowdfunding to be able to do it. The attention to detail. This YouTube channel has done a better job with costumes than
Hollywood.
Than Hollywood.
Cosplayers do better jobs with costumes than Hollywood, than highly paid union fucking costume designers. Who are shit.
So we know there's going to be a Superman spot for the Super Bowl. That's a combo. Super Bowl, Superman. There will be a Superman trailer. Will it be a new one, a rework? But I give him the benefit of the doubt. The first one was like, oh, it's okay. But as compared to that Daredevil trailer, the Daredevil trailer is, I was so excited, not just by what we're the action stuff. So that intense scene,
dude,
with Kingpin, like,
and his costume looks good. It could use a DD on it. Okay, I want the DD on it, but like his costume looks fucking good.
By the way, Daredevil is in the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show.
Yes, he is, voiced by Charlie Cox too. And I wish he'd stop doing that.
If you're unaware of the channel, give him a sub and check out what they do.
That's how big YouTube is. You could just like, I never heard of him. Oh, 2.6 million subs.
Yeah, I know. Look, yeah,
that's not even fair. Sorry.
I know.
Bat in the Sun. I will subscribe to your channel.
No, but he does a better job with the costumes and that's why I'm like, that image that he looks goofy, David Cornsweet, maybe it's not flattering, I mean, like, dude,
you can excuse one promotional picture. I mean, it's still a bat, but like now it's like, it's not getting better.
It's not getting better. Putting on his shoes. That was the first image, putting on his shoes and we've seen more and more. The more I've seen, the less I'm getting excited. Like, oh, this could be bad.
Like, and if it's great, I'll absolutely say it. Not interested in fucking narratives around here. If it's great, I'll be fucking happy. I want a good Superman movie. That's all I want. I want a good Daredevil series. I want these things so badly. You don't know. I can't. I want to review. I want to do live, like old school live reviews of Daredevil every week right after the show, which I fully plan on doing. Full reviews, everything. Can't fucking gonna prepare. It's it's tough work, man. I gotta watch Daredevil seasons 1 through 3 beforehand. It's terrible.
I mean, John Campea put out a video saying, "Why do people want Superman to fail?" Like accusing, I don't want it to fail.
I don't want it to fail.
I do not want it to fail. I love James Gunn's work, but I've seen him recently maybe get a little full of his own it's hubris, like whatever. He's like, because I'm looking at this objectively. We just saw Henry Cavill as Superman, and now he got rid of Cavill to do this. This better be better on every level. And from what I've seen, it isn't.
It isn't.
It isn't.
It isn't. Getting rid of Cavill for a guy who's just a few years younger, maybe 8 years younger, who looks like Henry Cavill, and then putting him in a suit that's the color scheme is right, but there's I hate it. Dude, going off of New 52 in any way, shape, or form is a giant red flag. Is a massive red flag. Yeah. Tom fucking King is who you decide to adapt for your second movie that's in production when you haven't even made a good Superman movie yet. We don't know that yet. Is insane. These are giant red flags. If we're proven wrong, great. Tom King. Ugh.
Yeah, that 30-second, why did they drop that? What was the point? No one was asking for it. But I guarantee there'll be some new thing. And I don't know, is he hearing the feedback? Like, we saw him respond. Did you see that response?
Oh, I
the
think
gun response?
Yes.
You saw it. Okay.
I saw it. Like, there's no CG in this. It's like, yeah, we can tell. we got you, buddy.
Yeah, like
you probably should have CG'd his eye going beep just a little bit, because that's what everybody fixed on, right? And this is a multi-million dollar production. And as Chris pointed out, YouTubers are doing it better.
Yeah.
YouTubers are doing it better.
I look at it's like, I wouldn't complain if there was nothing better to look at. But when they're like literally a guy with a fairly substantial YouTube channel is making better costumes, it's fun. It's nerd conversations brought to real life. And by the way, the choices of the who fights who, his community asks for that. How about this versus this? And they vote, and then he makes it based on what the fans want. He's very receptive.
Hollywood's not, and that's their problem. They're in a new era that they don't recognize because they couldn't adapt. They're in the era of authenticity. And it used to be a time where if I'm making this thing, I am the best of the best at the top of my game. And that is highly questionable now. I even question is James Gunn especially James Gunn doing a Superman movie. James Gunn is very capable of putting heart into his stuff. He's very good at it. Very good at it. But he's always with the quirky outsider characters. Well, I mean, Superman, technically an outsider. Yeah, I'd see it that way. But he's an embodiment of America. Is James Gunn a patriot? Does James Gunn love America?
I actually think he does. I mean, he's from St. Louis, Missouri.
Does he now?
He's been in Hollywood a while. I knew him before he did the first Guardians. I knew him.
Does James Gunn have American flags in his house, or is he the kind of guy who sees an American flag and goes,
He's around other people. Hey, there's breaking news in the
These are questions, by the way. These are just questions I'm asking. On the 4th of July, does James Gunn put an American flag outside of his house? It's a very simple act that to a lot of uber leftists see as stolen land. It's like, it's the flag of our country, Yeah. How do you feel about it? Because that really is a question you should be asking of anybody who fucking makes Superman.
Yeah. Breaking news in the downfall of Disney. Tickets for Universal Fan Fest nights just went on sale. And I'm getting excited. If you share this, you've got these fan nights with cosplay. You've got Star Trek. You've got Back to the Future. These are the different nights. It's a themed night at Universal to different popular franchises. Star Trek, Back to the Future, Dungeons and Dragons, One Piece.
One Piece. That'll be huge.
Look at this. Some whatever Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know what that is. Harry Potter anime thing that I'm not aware of. Anyways, I think this is brilliant. I think Universal is beating Disney at their own game. And just to make people aware, these Fan Fest nights are limited and they're all themed around particular franchise. So
Disney's
I love that.
Disney's market share will continue to erode. And then if you look at Epic Universe, have you seen some of the pictures of it? Holy shit.
Holy shit. Yeah, but I'm saying is Disney, it's like, you know what they're describing Disneyland as now? Have you heard this? It's the junk drawer of theme parks. Like, you know how you just put whatever, every household has a junk drawer.
Yep.
You're like,
I might have 2 or 3.
There's a screwdriver in there. There's like the dumb random
old phones.
Stuff. Like where is that? It's like the junk drawer. That's what they're describing Disneyland as.
Well, it is.
It's a junk drawer.
Dude, Wizarding World makes Star Wars. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. Wizarding World is so. What they did with Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy should be fired. Just what they did with Galaxy's Edge. Like, forget the movies. We're not making Star Wars for 51-year-olds. That's the only people who are fucking left. The ones who are just hanging on. Yeah. You know what? All those motherfuckers, this gets brought up a lot, but all those motherfuckers complaining about the Acolyte, you did watch it. You were the hardcore audience. And guess what? There wasn't more of you than there was of us. Isn't that weird? Remember that video? There's more of us than there are of you. Where'd that go?
Yeah.
Let's get to soups. Thanks everyone for watching, by the way. Love Chris.
Hey, love you guys. Love the chat. Love.
Great.
Lots of love.
Best gig in the world. But I'm hoping like hell. Superman's Rings of Power. I could give a fuck about it. I hope it fails. I actively hope it fails because of how they treated the fans and how they've treated Tolkien. And that includes the Tolkien estate. Go fuck yourselves for fucking treating the man who gave you, you don't have to work for the rest of your fucking life. Even before you did this. You fucking sellouts. Shame on you. Shame on you, Simon Tolkien. This may come as a shock. Brace yourselves, everybody. This is going to be some breaking news. according to Deadline. Nobody watched Agatha. Nobody watched Echo. And as predicted, as predictable as the sun rising in the east and setting in the west, of the 37% of the audience that hung on for Rings of Power Season 1, they lost 60% of their audience throughout Season 2. Most expensive show ever made.
And by the way, under Netflix rules, it would not have been renewed.
Not have been renewed under a lot of streaming rules. And I think it was Robert talking about it on Versus.
Yeah.
He said, he wondered if Paramount Plus is operating at a loss. Paramount Plus used to be CBS All Access. It was doing so bad, they had to rename it. Star Trek, Kurtzman Trek, including Terry Metalis' Picard Season 3, has never made them a penny. It is the CW. It has never made them a penny. They are operating at a loss. Paramount as a company is $15 billion in debt.
Oh. Oh my God.
And, it's Hollywood economics, right? It's these companies are too big to fold, and they have too much supposed value. I don't know what value Star Trek has. I don't know at all. But another thing I wanted to bring up, and you don't have to bring up, I tweeted about it. You can look at my Twitter from a couple days ago. Star Trek Unification, that video that we all loved, my single favorite thing from 2024, is an unlisted video. That video is unlisted because Paramount told them to unlist it. And the reason being, this is my guess, is even if you put your video to not monetize, YouTube will still run ads on it.
Yeah.
YouTube will still run ads on it. So you have to unlist it. And that was the only way Paramount would let it through. You know how many views it has as an unlisted video? 20 million.
Oh my God.
20 million views as an unlisted video. People still love Star Trek. They do. Just not the shit that they've been putting out for 15 years now. 15 years.
15 years of shit.
Russian bot for $20. Thank you. Says Captain America shouldn't represent America is just as bad as Lucasfilm saying Star Wars isn't about good versus evil. You're right. And look in his clarification. He doesn't call him Captain America. He just calls him Cap.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have started that like I misspoke. That is not what I meant.
Right.
And people would be fine. And I think for the most part, him coming out and saying, listen, I love America, love our troops and stuff like that. But you have to, as they like to say in Hollywood, read the room, Chris. Read the fucking room. Even if you're in Italy, Italy has a fucking based, I think it's president. Sorry, Italy, prime minister, president. Not sure which one it is, but she's awesome. Reads Lord of the Rings, which is a gateway to alt-right, apparently. You read the room, the cultural room of the world, and you see things shifting. And, it was a really easy, I think it was Doug Tenaple tweeted about this, and he's not wrong. If Falcon as Cap is lame, but how you can maybe make it good is having him embrace America and try to, while honoring Steve Rogers, be the best hero you could be to the best of your ability and really embrace the patriotism, embrace America, go full Top Gun Maverick with it, and you might have a chance. It was pretty easy, but they can't do it because they don't believe that. And they is Disney and the people making this movie, which some of them are the people who were behind Falcon and Winter Soldier, which was fucking hateful content, just fucking hateful and morally fucked up its ass. Like, we can't call them terrorists, Senator. Did you watch that whole show, Chris? Falcon and Winter Soldier? Okay.
I did not. I didn't finish it. I have not finished any of the Disney Plus Marvel series, not a 1.
It is Antifa BLM, the series. It completely comes from their perspective. The conspiracy for 50. The symbolism was always there. It's why the bride's father gives her away from one daddy to the new daddy. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Make daddy a sandwich.
Make daddy a sandwich. Dude, my wife loves making sandwiches. She's really good at it.
Yeah.
You know, and I've got to kill the spider or find the fucking, get the rat out of the house or whatever. Not that that's happened.
Guys love to do stuff like that. We like missions and tasks.
I don't kill the spider though.
See, purpose.
I try to throw them outside.
I put a cup around them and I throw them outside. Because you know what? Spiders are good. They keep the other insects away.
That's exactly right. They kill other insects.
Cockroach, I'll kill that motherfucker. That motherfucker's dead.
I don't like them.
God dang, dude. I had an apartment. It was at the Temple Beth Israel. So it's where the nurses used to stay for the Jewish temple in San Diego. So the planes from the airport were flying right over my fucking head every day. And we had cockroaches everywhere in that motherfucker. Luckily, I had a couple of cats who were very good at hunting them. Back when an apartment was $500 a month. Back in those days.
Oh my God. My first apartment was $300 a month in downtown Detroit.
300?
300.
Would die for that.
Yeah, my first apartment was, I was in a nice place. It was like $400.
400.
$400.
Bougie.
And it was bougie. It was 2-bedroom and everything.
Hey.
In Hillcrest.
Because I'm ADD and we talk about things like this. You're watching all the Oscar movies. One movie that's not nominated for Best Picture, but I really want you to see The Apprentice.
I'm probably going to hate it, dude. I mean, isn't there a scene where he rapes his wife?
You won't like that scene, but he's so good as Trump. There's all these clips online. The movie is.
I'll watch it. I'll watch that outside it. Like, dude, the fact that I got to watch The Brutalist, man, the fucking Brutalist. It's
yeah. Just The Apprentice. No one else has seen it. Alan and
Amelia Perez. Amelia Perez.
I agree with you. I'm saying, please, no one has seen The Apprentice. Freaking D-Day Cobra, Jeremy, who
he'll
literally
hate it. He'll fucking hate it. I'll watch it. I will watch it.
Makes Trump look human. The one scene is not great. I agree. But I actually am like, wow, I think this would humanize and people like him more. But
except for the rape scene.
Except for the grape scene.
That's kind of a big one though, too, Chris. I mean, it humanizes him, except for the rape scene.
But you gotta.
Is there context to it?
There's context.
Jesus Christ.
Spoiler alert? I don't know.
I want one other person other than
I'll watch it. I promise. I'll watch it before the Academy Awards show that I will be on with you.
Yes.
Are you inviting Az this year? He said he didn't get an invite.
I'm inviting Az.
There, Az, you're invited.
So
I've got my tux ready. It's actually, I wore it last time and I put it right on the hanger and it's ready to go.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
So I have my tux ready.
A little Febreze. I don't go to the dry. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good to roll.
Is K-Ray going to be there?
Is what?
K-Ray, Kira.
Oh, Kira will be there. Kira Lynn. Yeah, she's very popular. She's very popular.
Oh, wait. Wasn't that you, X-Ray Girl?
It wasn't X-Ray Girl.
I kept on calling her X-Ray Girl throughout the live stream. That was that's awkward.
We have intros. I'm so excited. Yeah. X-Ray Girl, come by. I'd like to see you dressed in a gown.
Ooh, what day is it again?
I think it's March 2nd.
Oh, yeah.
March
Okay,
2nd.
I'll find something to wear.
Oh, the Academy Awards are coming up that quick?
Yeah, I think I'll find out. Okay.
It's going to be a disaster. I'm only watching for the fucking train wreck.
Yeah, same.
Butterbiscuit92 for $2 says, Gary, did you see Sony is ending Blu-ray in Feb? Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So ending Blu-ray players, or they're going to stop making them?
Stop making them. And they are not making DVD players anymore.
Yeah,
I think they may not be making Blu-ray players either. Most people, frankly, have a PS5 or an Xbox. You have a player.
You have a player. I have one. I'm buying backups just in case. I mean, I have one already.
Yeah. I have a DVD player.
Yeah, I have backups already. But they're still making 4K, and those are Blu-rays. So technically, BD-ROMs, right? But so is it going to go third party or?
I don't know.
Physical media is dying.
Look, with millions of game players out there, people have a player, they assume. And
yeah, I've got a PS5, and I put a game in it once.
Yeah, same. I use it more to play Blu-rays.
Ash versus Evil Dead. Ash
4K
versus Evil
Blu-rays.
Dead. Yeah, like I buy Blu-rays for like TV shows, right? Robert was talking about the that brilliant transfer of Star Trek: The Next Generation. But he also brought up X-Files. X-Files transfer is good for considering like what that show was shot on and how old it is. It looks better than shows that are younger than the X-Files. Like it looks 1,000 times better than Buffy, and Angel, which will never get restored. Which is they did a restoration of Buffy. It's a nightmare. You can hear about it, but yeah, X-Files transfer is really good. Just finished season 6. Infamous for $6.99 Canadian. Yo, Gary and Chris, any favorites episodes of HBO's Tales from the Crypt? Oh, I'd have to think about that. It has been a minute since I watched Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
Because I'll mix it up with other shows like Friday the 13th and circle back with me on that one. It's been a minute since, God, many years. Russian Bot for $10. I don't think The Legend of Zelda is about Zelda. No, it's and The Lord of the Rings is not about a ring. And Spider-Man's not about a spider, or there's no association with bats to Batman. It's ridiculous. Please watch the Snow White chat music video. We did that yesterday. Sealy, it's fucking great. Maybe we can do it towards the end. Eric K for $2. Legalized Adulthood sings another, then Legalized Adulthood sings other than that. No clue. Nothing says serious response like Comic Sans. I know. Art, another name for $9.99. I know. Everybody was like, dude, the Comic Sans. Jesus.
I need coffee. I'll be right back.
Go.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. We'll test that.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Do you have enough for everybody, Chris?
I'm getting coffee. I don't know.
I don't know how to say this. Hey, Nerdrotic, Italicus te salutat. What did I hope I didn't
You're
make a
probably
racial.
more Italian than I am, so.
Well, I am. I'm quarter Italian.
There you go.
I'm quarter
Expert.
Italian. There you go. Samuel for €2. Thank you. VHS Collector for $8.34 on the Streamlabs side. I recently discovered your Friday Night Tights and other webcasts like this one and fell in love with it. Thank you. As well as all the panelists, some of whom I already follow, and OFC. The awesome panel discussions. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, VHS Collector. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. So how happy are you now that there are legally 2 genders and 34 ways to be gay? Lucas for $5. There have always been 2 genders, and there's always been infinite ways to be gay. So, I mean, I'm happy that that we're moving towards a back to reality, back to science, back to truth, because we are crawling out of the post-truth era. Whether we succeed, that will be determined by the next generation. Unfortunately, it's going to take a long time. But we have been in a post-truth era where we've been just watching these dog and pony shows, not just from Hollywood, but wrestling matches are more authentic and real than anything that comes out of Washington. And seeing politicians follow through on their promises, even the ones that are going to get them a little clapback, is refreshing. Hero Kitten for 20 says, what do you guys think if they did interactive movies? Viewers use controller to vote and what happens next? I think I would be cool and it would add rewatchability. I think once there'll be a technology when we get there that they that can be very possible. Yes.
Like Goosebumps.
There was a company that did that. I worked for them called Digital Pictures. It was run by a guy named Tom Zito. I worked there for and then the whole company went down.
But essentially, that's what a game is. If you have a more like Telltale game, like I love Telltale because I'm retarded and it's a game I can play. But I love the Game of Thrones Telltale. I love the Batman. The Wolf Among Us was the best. That one's so good. Yeah. So yes, I would certainly think that'll be the future once. I'm sorry, AI gets developed more because AI will have a lot to do with it.
There'll be a more sophisticated version of that type of gameplay, like where it's an actual movie.
Did you see that Rings of Power minutes watched LOL from Hi King Fanor, Alpha Chad of Middle Earth, my brother in sobriety, for $2? I did see it, my friend, and I laughed. Because I just heard all these people saying this season was so much better. More people were watching it. Look at the one of the 6 trailers we released didn't get ratioed. Almost did, but didn't get ratioed. This season has finally found its feet. No, it sucks. And season 3 will be watched by fewer people when it comes out in 2 years, maybe. How do I say this name? Lemuel
Dagalea.
Thank you, Lemuel, for 250 yen. Hail Nooners, wonder if Frank is the one who finally pronounces my name. Love the beard, Gary. Maybe I should get a beard oil. Yes.
I love your beard oil.
I think they're out. I think they're out though.
They sold out last week.
They sold out last week.
They replenish soon.
Yeah, it smells good. It does. Smells like a winter breeze in a beard.
I use it every day. I love it.
It's good stuff. Well, that way you don't have to it's like cologne aftershave-y kind of, it's a manly smell. You don't smell like some chick. Okay. Yeah. You smell like a dude.
Yeah.
Ian Corellis for $9.99. To play into your ship porn. What is your favorite non-hero Star Trek ship? No Connie, no Galaxy. Personally, mine is the Stargazer. The Stargazer? Non-hero ship. What? Define that.
Not the Enterprise.
Not the Enterprise.
I would say.
Well, no, it's you can't say the Define either, right?
I like the Vulcan shuttle from Star Trek: The Motion Picture that delivers Spock.
Yes, cool I like the shuttlecraft. Probably because I had a toy forever of that, but yeah,
it's I don't know. I just
simple.
It's simple. The thing is this: if I ask you to draw a original Starship ship from the Star Wars sequel trilogy, just draw one by shape. You can't, they're all bad. J.J. Abrams has no taste. What was the shape of the ship that Han Solo and Chewie were in when they found, Rey in the Millennium Falcon? What shape was that ship? It's a fucking rectangle.
Dude.
It's like
Romulan bird of prey.
Yeah. That's a great one.
Romulan bird of prey.
Oh, that's really
fucking
good.
Love it.
But also,
from TOS,
as a kid, a child could draw a TIE fighter. A child could draw an X-Wing. They're simple designs that are iconic. And since that age, nothing has been designed since that even is remotely memorable or leaves an impression where you could draw it. You can look up kids' drawings of TIE fighters. Nothing has been designed original since that.
It's gone the way of costume design. It's gone the way of costume design.
Yes,
They used to crap out ships that look fucking great. Look at all the dude. As much as I love the X-Wing fighter, I like the Viper more. I love the fucking Viper from Battlestar Galactica. It is a sexy looking, sleek ship.
It looks like a fucking hot rod. The nose of the ship.
And John Dykstra was behind all that, you know. Yeah.
They knew how to do it back then. Have you seen this? Since we're on Star Trek, have you seen this? I'm sorry to do this to you, Gary. Have you seen this viral clip that's gone viral of it's Rob Burnett talking about Section 31? Have you seen this?
No, I haven't.
No.
I haven't.
All right, look at this. Wait, I gotta share the audio. Dang it. I'm not super smart about it.
It's down. You just gotta unmute.
So here's it's basically the classic clip. It's Star Trek fan Alex Kurtman. There are 4 lights. We've all seen that, right? So then on the tails of that, we have Rob making a statement.
These assholes that make Star Trek now don't know fuck all about any of this IP, which is ridiculous because it's probably the most documented IP. There's an encyclopedia you can get. You can get star charts for this. You also have the original writer's guides that the creator of the show wrote. Gene Roddenberry's writer's guide for the original series or Next Generation. You can go get them online right now. You can find out what the original creator expected of his show. Do these idiots look at that? No. Do they care to look at it? They do not. It says that the corporate minders of these fuckheads don't even care about the value of their own IP because all they've done since 2017 is devalue the franchise over and over and over and over again. Where is their audience? Where are the great, where's all the products of all the characters that are beloved from their new shows? You know what? X06 that makes their museum quality 6-scale figures. Do you know the characters that didn't sell? Saru and Michael Burnham.
Yep.
And
everything else sold out.
No one gives a fuck. And they keep making this stuff. Why? Because Secret Hideout wants to hold on to that contract to get paid lots of money to make substandard product. So Paramount gets more Star Trek that they think from a corporate perspective allows the franchise to be worth more because instead of 5 shows, now we have 10 shows because they don't know the difference between good and bad. It's just Star Trek. And if you're trying to sell a studio to another buyer, well, we've got 10 shows now, so it ups the value of Star Trek. That's what they think, even though it doesn't, because they'll quickly find out that no one cares about these new shows. They're not going to survive in syndication the way people still watch the original Star Trek, and it was made in 1966. Nobody gives a fuck about Star Trek Discovery, and it went off the air last year.
I have some breaking news for you. Well, It's not breaking. This is just something I've known for a while from somebody. You know who I talked to.
Okay.
You know who I talked to.
Well, what is it?
Kevin Feige wanted to buy Star Trek.
What? Just buy it.
He wanted Disney to get Star Trek. And Disney said, nah, it's not worth anything.
Well, first of all, he's right. I
He's
have
a massive
the
Star Trek fan. Yes.
You
I
probably
have that book
this
too. Of course I do. Of course I do.
And it's in terrible shape. I had books like this when I was a kid.
Dude, we got stacks and stacks of them around here.
Love it. It's
nowhere near what Robert Meyer Burnett has, but
love Rob.
Pretty good.
Love it.
But he's not, so Kevin Feige, big Star Trek fan, was like, hey, Disney, you should maybe check out buying Star Trek. And they weren't even interested in asking. They're like, no, it's not worth anything.
Whatever happened to that?
Not that Disney would have done anything good with it. They would have sucked with it too. But
whatever happened to that Kevin Feige Star Wars? He was going to make a Star Wars.
Ooh, I know the story behind that. And it is, I'll tell it someday. I can't.
One day.
I was told not to.
But that's what I'm saying is it sounds like Feige's running Marvel and they're rough times. I think they'll get back on track and then it has to kind of end or go away for a while or they'll reboot. But anyway,
the hint I can give is it was purely corporate politics.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones backstabbing corporate politics between Lucasfilm and I can't say Marvel Studios, but Kevin Feige's camp. And Kathleen Kennedy was Cersei Lannister.
Right.
Does that give you enough? It's already said too much. But yeah, it all falls on corporate politics. It is way fucking more than Kevin Feige was just going to produce a movie. It's way more than that. Way fucking more than that. And it got shit canned fast because of ego and hubris and basically what I mean by corporate politics is middle management scheming against each other and doing it without the permission of their higher ups. It's really fucking, it's a good story though. Dr. Schlurpo for $1.99. Can I see the new Cap movie less than 0 times? Maybe. You can try. Close your eyes. Try. Scott Lopez for $20. Marvel comes and says, Gary, Gore, we need to introduce X-Men. How do we do it? Give us your X-Men movie pitch. Gore first.
X-Men movie pitch? I'd like to, you know what? Honestly, I just like to see the original X-Men in the blue and yellow suits and tell that story. Like classic with Jean Grey and Iceman.
Scott Summers.
Like Scott Summers.
Iceman who likes to crush pussy.
Yeah, like just down back to basics.
Angel. The Beast.
Angel, keep it simple and start with that. Get one movie with that. You know?
Yeah, that's where my inclination is always start at the beginning. Anybody involved should have to read X-Men up through at the very least Claremont and Burns run. Then get into some 90s stuff. It gets messy after that, but that you get the idea. But I think the simplest way to do it would be that X-Men cartoon that was pretty successful, X-Men 97. You go back to that, which is truncated versions of the stories. And my first move would be absolutely make a costume that looks like the X-Men costume from the comic books. Not some fucking jacket and some baggy fucking pants. You know, you want to make comic book shit, you make comic book shit. And you make Scott Summers look like that right there.
Yes. Just, the comics are a blueprint. Now you have to bring it into real life, but still it's, you know, if Deadpool and Wolverine proved anything, it can be done. And what were you doing, you idiots?
Yeah. And you don't start with the Phoenix Saga or God Loves Man Kills. You don't start with that shit at all. You start with Magneto.
Dude, I remember buying X-Men #1. I had the full run, X-Men 1 through 100. And when it went to the new X-Men, I hated it. And I got rid of everything. I bought X-Men #1 for $12 at a con.
Oh, shit.
I remember it. The Detroit, it was the auto show, actually. And they had this
I just
room
snagged I have it right here.
So
Uno momento. I snagged this at a fucking retro show.
But there are like gaps in my comic knowledge because of life. Like when I discovered girls.
Yeah.
When I got a car, I was with girls. I like girls more than comics for a run. Then I discovered then Dark Knight Returns came out. And oh man.
Dude, I got a custom Ghost Rider Mego. Look how sweet this is.
Oh, someone made that?
Somebody made it.
Oh, that's great.
And then I got a reel.
Oh, I had that. Oh man. I had the Fantastic
good toy
Four.
show.
I Captain America. I had the Planet of the Apes Migos. Migos were my jam. I loved those as a kid. I had the Hulk.
Mola Ram.
Oh man. God dang it.
Got some good shit. And it wasn't that expensive. I mean, it was, but not as expensive as you'd think. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where was I? Super chats. Which means I won't be doing any shopping at MegaCon.
Yeah. You're not.
Nope. X-Ray Girl, fellow Canadian here, currently in Seattle. What can American/Canadian entertainment learn from anime and manga? This is from Salil. I can't pronounce the last name. I'm sorry, for $5.
Is that a question for me?
Yeah,
I think it's a question for
it
you
starts
guys.
out, well, it says X-Ray Girl, fellow Canadian here, currently in Seattle. What can American-Canadian entertainment learn from anime and manga? I would...
budget better, for one. Like, they spend their money on stupid stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And then hire talented people.
Oilers Workshop for $4.90. I would say I don't know enough about it because there's a bunch of weird fucking anime out there in manga too. Like manga's outselling American comics like 1,000-to-1 for a good reason. There's a lot of great stories out there, but like American comics, there's some shit and there's some weird stuff, you know, that like I wouldn't follow at all. I would follow traditional storytelling and not worry about identity politics, which is something manga for the most part and anime for the most part, some of it does, okay, doesn't really fucking worry about. Oilers Workshop for $4.99. For the last 3 years, I've been writing all my own music digitally for my videos. I still have been hit with acclaim, and I had a challenge. Really annoying. Yeah, it's annoying because there's the copyright system gets abused, and it's just a fact. It's just yep. And there's like not a whole lot you can do about it. I've bitched to people I've actually talked to people about it, and they've said there's not a lot we can do about it. They're programming their AI to do a little bit better, but changes are coming though. I can't say what, but like YouTube is relaxing certain things and they're trying to improve certain things. We'll see if that happens. I still can't get over Quentin Tarantino talking about how much he enjoyed Joker 2. Can you guys help me understand what he sees in it? Love you all. Hail, says Attack Story for $10. I can answer that question. I think he appreciates Todd Phillips' punk rock approach. That's what he sees. He sees a punk rock approach to this, which is fuck everybody. Fuck everybody. I appreciate that approach to an original film. But when you're in a property and you set something up and then the fandom really had your back when the media was trying to say this is, and it really comes off like he bowed to the media and not the fans. And you stepped in it yourself and you get what you deserve. The meme from the first movie, you know? So but that's also Quentin Tarantino looking out for another filmmaker. Quentin Tarantino looking out for another filmmaker. And like, we're going to disagree on movies. That's fine. There's Robert likes Joker 2. You're going to have a hard time convincing me it's going to be a classic, considered a classic in 20 years. Even Lady Gaga came out and said something really reasonable about it. By the way, props to her for just going, you know what? It didn't connect with people. You know, sometimes you just make stuff that doesn't connect to people. You move on. What a fucking brilliant response from Lady Gaga. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you fucking do it. I wouldn't recommend she make any more political ads, sitting out of a monster truck and cracking a beer for Biden, trying to get the working man.
Or vaccine commercials.
Oh God, she's all over them still. She's all over fucking Moderna and stuff like that. Yeah.
Lame.
That's fucking retarded. But that response to the film criticism, it's fine. Totally fine. Hold up. Gary is quarter Italian, adopted by Germans. No wonder he adopted X-Ray Girl. He wants the Axis Power family. Yes, I'm trying to bring them back together.
I was adopted?
No, I was adopted by Germans. I'm quarter Italian, adopted by Germans, and we just need the Japanese. So that's you. For the Axis powers.
I'm totally Japanese.
Yes, you are.
Sure, we'll go with that.
We'll roll with it. Darth Maul's lower half for €5. Gary, you're a tease. Always saying you know stuff, but you can never tell. But like the Don, just declassify everything. Oh, That is me setting up that I'm going to tell the story soon because I think that enough time has passed. I just have to ask. The Star Wars, I mean, what I know, if a scooper put out there, it would hit the fucking trades.
Oh yeah, it would.
If I just mentioned
that would
the
be
stream,
in the trades.
it would be in the Chris knows it would be in the fucking trades. If I say it in a random live stream, there's 99.9% chance it's not going to end up in the trades. Nobody, it'll just be between us. And I mean, shit, I've already blown one fucking spoiler for Spider-Man 4. So there you go. Hulk and Punisher are going to be in it. And I was told I could say that. Just let enough time pass. And so enough time has passed. So Frank Castle's Punisher and the Savage Incredible Hulk, not Birkenstock Hulk, but Hulk Smash Hulk, is going to be in Spider-Man 4. They're going to be controlled by some unknown entity. I don't know who that entity was, but my best guess would be Dr. Doom. And that would be somewhat comic book accurate. And we'll, just have to see.
Look how dumb this image is right here. I just shared it. You might just put it full. I mean, look how dumb that is.
That's terrible.
Looks terrible. Dude, I don't think there was a bad Man of Steel trailer or promo or TV spot.
No, I don't hate the movie like Jeremy does. I hate moments in it. There's like Jonathan Kent was fucking retarded. Like they should have found another, like he should have just had a heart attack. Okay.
Yeah, it should have been like
thematically, just like Superman the movie, because that's the one thing he can't stop. He can't stop a fucking heart attack. There's certain things you just can't stop.
He saves Lois Lane.
Yeah.
In original way. That is still kind of weird, but I don't care.
I don't care.
But look how good the pose, even arm here. You can see the biceps, his other arm facing in front of him, like steering the way that he looks like a man.
Yeah.
That's why let's
Highlander starts filming in May. Highlander starts filming in May with Henry Cavill.
Okay, now back to this real quick, Gary. Sorry to indulge.
Oh my God.
When you compare the two, it's goofy. This is goofy. Even the forehead, looks like I know he's not wearing a wig. Kind of looks like a wig.
It kind of looks like a wig.
It like they darkened.
It looks like
the
Hair Club for Men.
Yeah.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee.
I guarantee it.
Men's Warehouse.
That's the Men's Warehouse. Who had a toupee on during all those?
When you look at them side by side, it's awful.
Frederick Raymer for $10 says, as a 96 baby, I'm forever grateful that I grew up during the 2000s, which I am convinced was the best decade to be a kid. Hard to believe much of pop culture went to shit in the past 15 years. It is hard. I mean, like looking back on it, so much of it has just been devastated. Our like Hollywood just fucked everybody's childhood. Generations' childhoods have been fucked by Hollywood. And even back in the day, they weren't great with it, but like once in a while, they do something good. The last 5 years, as Quentin Tarantino said, worst era in Hollywood's history. And I don't think they fully recover from it ever.
Well, they hired a lot of people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. Section 31.
Yep. Oh, dude, Section 31. This next season of Doctor Who. It's just a dumb cartoon, but you're supposed to be turning things around. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is fucking terrible. Like, and thank God, like no kids are going to watch it. It's for kids. No kids are going to watch this shit.
God, I can't wait for FNT. You have to make them watch it.
I am.
It's 1 hour.
Oh, I
make them watch it.
Dude, I am making them watch. They're going to, I'm going to have people quit for the next thing I'm going to make them watch.
What?
Amelia Perez.
Yes.
I'm going to have people literally quit.
They will.
We'll find out who it is.
Yeah. I like that everyone on FNT actually watches the thing that they're talking about. So when you are discussing it, you have actually seen the thing and have the credibility to comment.
Yeah.
It's a simple concept, I know, but I love that. I don't want to hear another YouTuber. Did you watch the thing? No, but here's my opinion on it.
How do you
Fuck
review things fully?
Yeah, because you
Fuck
could.
you.
So like when you told, okay, I didn't make the connection that clip out there for Amelia Perez, that horrible, horrible, awful, worst musical clip you've ever heard in your fucking life, was
Yeah.
Amelia Perez. So I'm hearing Amelia Perez, and I'm just
Right.
thinking it's some Spanish, Mexican foreign film that everybody's loving that got immigration issues or something like that. So I made no connection until it started winning Golden Globes, and then you said, no, that's the movie with the dumb musical clip. I'm like,
Vagina
what? I'm
song.
like, wait, what? That's getting nominated. What? So I'm like, now I have to see it because there's way more to it than just that clip.
Correct.
There's way more to it. It's fucking terrible. It is terrible. But there's more context to it. There's more context that I will explain in my video. And Chris has talked about.
It's a John Waters movie.
It's not as good.
Well, yes, that's what I'm saying.
Not as good as a John Waters movie, but John Waters himself would not think he would be nominated for 13 Academy Awards, dude.
Right.
Yeah. But it's way more than that. And way worse. I don't see how people can say Joker 2 sucked on the musical part when Joker 2's musical parts, at least when Lady Gaga was singing the oldies, was better than anything in Amelia Perez. Like anything. Yeah, you cannot tell me you fucking hate the Joker 2, but you like Amelia Perez.
Yeah.
Justin Sarah for $10. Henry Cavill is working on the new 40K. Here's the trailer. Astartes 2 official teaser trailer. Warhammer. Good luck. It's Amazon Prime, so it could be good. It could be shit. It depends if Jennifer Salke is involved or not. Simping for an actor who lies for a living, LOL. Nobody's simping. And they do lie for a living. But Anthony Mackie doesn't have like the Rachel Zegler history or the Mark Ruffalo history or the Mark Hamill history. He does not.
Yeah.
Dean Krantz for $10. I grew up enjoying Captain America in the comics. In the Marines, I had a Cap poster on the wall. At House of Armand in Oceanside. Dude, I went to that comic store. I went to the House of Armand comic store. That was one of the first places I saw they had LAN parties. Like in the early fucking days. In Oceanside, they pulled that for me and saved while I was deployed. The good old House of Armand. Now, you don't go back as far as I do, Dean, but my first comic shop was in Oceanside, California. It's called Professor X Comic Books. You might remember the Cornet newsstand, which was right next to Professor X Comics. That's where I bought the X-Men Teen Titans DC crossover. That's where I bought the Death of Captain Marvel. That's where I bought Daredevil 191. My mom would drive me all the way over there because that was the closest comic shop at the time. Oceanside, Cal. House of Armand closed, unfortunately. Ministry of Wrong Thing for $4.99. Zootopia was praised for literally being a racism allegory featuring animals, despite not featuring any humans for kids to see themselves in. Yep. And then it became a furry movie, which is funny. Ray Gonzalez for $5. Just like the rest of Hollywood, Anthony needs to learn to shut the hell up. He messed up, and now he sounds like he's backtracking to save his ass. That's why I said somebody needs to do for Hollywood what those lawyers do for Shut the Fuck Up Friday.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. Sigma Comics for $10. Gary, rarely able to catch your show. Thank you for being caring for animals. Yes, I try. Thank you for telling it like it is. Society is getting to where this is valued. Corpse destroyed comics. Indies rule. They did. Corporations destroyed comics. Soon as Disney bought Marvel, my very first reaction was, we'll probably get some good movies and the comics will be destroyed. That's exactly what happened. Arg, another name for $9.99. On the good news side, we did just get the trailer for Astartes. the sequel to one of the best fan short films ever. We will check it out. Jonathan Siebert for $4.99. I stopped listening to Dave Matthews Band to join this stream. Good. And I would recommend that you stop listening to them forever. Forever. Because the Dave Matthews Band sucks.
By the way, Gary,
Yeah.
I just got invited to Captain America Brave New World screening. The movie opens on the 13th. I'm
Yep.
seeing the movie on the 11th.
Oh,
of
so Monday.
The Tuesday before.
Oh, Tuesday. God.
The Tuesday before.
I wish I could join you. Fly out there,
Well,
but I can't.
I think I'll get a +1. I don't know if it's worth it, to be honest, Gary. I don't know if it's worth it.
No. I'll see it with the people.
Yeah.
I see my movies with the people.
I also have tickets to see it on that Thursday as well.
I'm going 2:00 on Thursday by myself.
The social embargo lifts that night. Review embargo lifts the very next day.
So the day
At
before the
9
movie
a.m.
comes out.
So I will be able to talk about it on the nooner on the 12th. If you are, wait, you won't be doing a noon. You're in Florida, right?
We're in Florida. No, that's March.
No,
No,
Florida is February.
Florida's February.
No,
Are you
it's
back
the week
on the
after.
12th?
It's the
You
week
should
after.
be home.
So
by
you're
then.
okay. You're okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'll
I
be
can
home by
talk
then.
about
Yeah.
it on the nooner that day.
No, we're flying.
Oh, maybe there won't be. You let me know. You let me know.
There'll be a nooner that day, so we'll talk about it. And
Okay.
I mean, the big takeaway is the review embargo ends the day before the movie comes out.
Right. One
That's
day.
always a good sign.
Literally a day.
Not even a full day. Is it a full
No.
day? Maybe half a day.
Half a day.
Half a
That's
day.
kind of weird.
It's kind of weird. Aurora uplinks for $10. If they wanted a dramatic Picard series where he doesn't control a ship, he could have been a prisoner of the Romulan for years. The whole series about manipulating his captor, who has a huge ego. Maybe. Taker 610 for $2. You better make daddy a sandwich, Senator. The Darkness for $9.99. Do we get to use Falcon's logic and tell Disney Marvel to do better? Also, it's only gay if you enjoy it. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Sounds like spoken like a true Dan Vask. Pinion for 5 Canadian pesos. Get out Jan Svankmajer, 1994 Faust, the elements of Team America across the Ninth Gate film. A good watch. Keep up the good content. Star Trek on trial. Woot woot. Consequences for Iger era Disney derangement. There's going to be lots of them. Yes. What's being piled on Anthony Mackie isn't all his fault, but it is all Disney's fault. It is. So, hello, my name is Gary. You killed my franchise. Prepare to die, says the Darkness for $9.99. Yes. Well, I mean, it's kind of like they're literally stabbing themselves in this fight. I'm just watching. Gary, Chris X-Ray. Will anyone, please tell these secret hideout cretins that dilithium crystals are not a power source, but a focusing material for the matter-antimatter reaction? I would love to have somebody maybe tell them before season 3 of Star Trek Discovery, which came out, 3 years ago, Chris? And other ships ran on other power sources, so that means they would have dominated the galaxy, like the Romulans. Even what was left of them. Default for $2. I'm scared to meet the man buying Section 31 on 4K. Maybe put on a list. That person should be put on a list. Slenderman for $2.49. Gong Chai Fa Chai. Gong Chi Fa Chai. We too low. Something wrong. Bing bong ding dong.
Oh no.
I am Japanese, so obviously I can read that. I have no idea what's
I
happening.
have no idea. Cold brew for $5. Says, in your honest opinion, what do you think Steve Rogers, who have voted for Trump or Kamala, or would he have gone rogue and and been a Captain Britain, LOL. Well, it depends on what era you're talking about. Disney Marvel Captain America would have voted for Kamala. Like if John Burns Captain America would have voted for Trump. Because anybody who backs the fellow soldiers, but Steve Rogers never talked about who he voted for. Well, back in the past. And neither did Superman. Neither did but I'm guessing a World War II vet who actually fought fascists, watching a bunch of people running around talking about fascism, would have a better perspective of what's going on. Because I think the people, Elon put this meme up. You want to sort out the liars? It's people trying to shut down the truth. It's people trying to shut down speech. They are the liars. Otherwise, you just have a debate. You have a good argument. You argue the ideas. But you hear that trans person go, people shouldn't be allowed to say that. You know what? People talk shit about Frank Gore. They say he's gay.
Yeah, what? Yeah, that happens every day.
Dude, people talk shit about me all day long, and they should be allowed to. Period.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to say. I think I would never say you're not allowed to say something. That's such a hall monitor thing. It reminds me of people I hated in college that were just wanted to be blind to ideas and not be. They were just fearful.
Dumb police.
That's. Oh, we don't have time for this, but that's the inherent problem with identity, transgenderism. It's insecurity. It is a personal issue. It is purely a personal issue. Those of us who are somewhat confident in our own abilities and ourselves, have some self-esteem, don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Call me whatever you want. I don't care.
The opinion you should care about is your close friends and family, not just random people out there. Who cares?
Rated M for $1.99. We need Taylor Sheridan directed Superman. Maybe. Thunderstorm for $4.99. Slow-moving train wreck. Captain America Lost Falcon is just starting to crash. This will get worse. Yes, it will. Aurora uplinks for $5. I think someone was either trying to draw public ire, so Captain America 4 was in people's minds for seeing it, or sabotaging it, and told Mackie to say something. I think he just rambled at a foreign event and did not expect to get the blowback he did, but that's the risk you take.
That's the thing. If he had a history of saying anti-American things, I'd be more upset. He has not had that.
No, but Marvel has, and that's what he got.
Marvel has.
Marvel,
around those people.
Disney, Marvel, Disney, and he's around all those people who have that. Plus, you didn't see Falcon and Winter Soldier. I did. That's pretty fucking anti-American. It's pretty fucking anti-American.
I saw the clip. Do better, Senator. The do better thing is so dumb.
Yeah, it is. The themes in that are 100% anti-American and communist. Straight up Marxist.
So on the heels of that, I get it. But I give him, plus we haven't seen the movie yet. But now I know when I'm seeing it.
Now you know when. Earth and Ash for $10. What happened to Firestar? Grew up with Spidey and Amazing Friends. I'm surprised she hasn't been brought back to the spotlight. They brought her back in the comics. You know, she's popped up once in a while. Are they going to put her in the MCU? I don't know. Is Bobby Drake going to like women? I don't know. Probably not. Rusty Shack.
Iceman being gay. Was that a Bryan Singer thing?
No, Iceman being gay. Well, I forgot who wrote it, but
preceded.
It was in the Disney Marvel. Oh, it was way afterwards.
Okay.
Jean Grey basically made him gay. If you read the story, she makes him gay.
That's weird.
Rusty Shackelford for $2. Troy was right. Watch Gangs of London. Yes. Troy Duffy. I got to get him. I'm going to read part of his audiobook. It's going to be fun. Mr. Big Borg for $9.99. When all the little ants are marching, red and black antennas waving, they all do the same. My friend thinks the MCU isn't dead, Please remind Darren he's dumb for thinking the MCU is still good. It's not good now. They have to prove that it will get good. Aurora Uplinks for $5. The Tales of the Crypt that creeped me out the most was John Lovett sees an ad in the paper for a theater production role, and he goes to apply. He is X-Ray Girl. Does that continue somewhere?
Give me a moment.
Competing against more handsome fellow actors. Turn your phone off. Towards the end, when the other get roles, he evilly kills him and disposes of the body. Gotcha. Strange Days MBF for 10 Canadian pesos. KK is the Black Death of pop culture, the equivalent of the Plague and the Inquisition combined, dragged franchise growth to the brink of death. The toll keeps growing.
Sorry, Gary. There was an Amber Alert. I couldn't. My phone is off.
Okay, no, I thought it was X-Ray Girl. No, you can have your phone on.
Me. It was me. But my phone is not on. When we're doing the show, it's always on silent. But Amber Alerts,
Yeah, we get them. Well, we do. We get them like a couple times a day here in Texas now.
Oh, it's very rare here.
Yeah. Babylon 5 on Blu-ray is also great. Babylon 5 on Blu-ray is pretty good. It's not as good as X-Files, but yeah. Sorry. It's a pet peeve. Like we all have to check our phones, but like we're focused on you guys. We're focused on the stream. So unsolicited advice for content creators out there. Put that stuff aside. Pay attention to the show. Pay attention to the chat. Have fun. Stay engaged. Keep talking. Strange Days MBF for 10 Canadian pesos. KK is the Black Death of pop culture, the equivalent of the play. I read that one already. Hey guys, big fan from Egypt. Holy shit.
Nice.
That's awesome. Calamantas. I'm going to give you applause for that. Hail from Egypt. Oh my God, I can't wait to go there someday. Was wondering who would your dream cast for Tarantino's last movie? Heard he wants Tom Cruise. That would be good. Like Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, throw Leo in there. I mean, he's not my favorite actor in the world, but he's good in Quentin Tarantino stuff. Josh Brolin, just a bunch of fucking dudes. I'd have to think about that. It depends on the movie. I'm glad he didn't do The Critic. He was going to do The Critic, and it's like, do something. Go out with a bang, Quentin. Go out with a bang. Corey Wilson for $5. Sony is only ending production of blank Blu-rays because no one burns movie. Oh, it's blank Blu-rays. So are they in? So, well, you still need them because no one burns movies anymore. They corrected the articles later, but
okay,
you still burn them at Technicolor. You know what your master Blu-ray was on? A BD-ROM. I burnt it myself on Nero, on fucking Nero. And we were told not to log in because we were using a cracked copy at Technicolor, which is so fucking funny and true. And I had those digital audio tapes, those DATs, right? So I'd archive, Chris, a bunch of shit on digital audio, a lot of audio stuff. I do tons of archiving. I did everything. I worked right next to the vault. I carried the master of Thor.
Wow.
I did. I transported it. Corey Wilson for $5. Sony is only ending production on the blank ones. I read that one. As non-American, I believe James Gunn is too mentally gay to make the Superman movie the world needs right now. He makes me miss Snyder and Henry Cavill. Jose Itaka for $1.99. Someone made a complete Muppet Lord of the Rings AI movie. That's awesome. Shadow Battle Crab on Babylon 5 was freaking awesome. I love Babylon 5. Roar Uplinks for $2. Have you seen Gundam's latest social media posts? I have not. I will look at them. Imagine if Sam gave up the shield to Bucky in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Respect to OG Falcon and pay off from the Winter Soldier movie. Wasted potential. Yep. And they were setting it up the whole time. C Black for $1.99. Mackie misspoke. He's not that type of guy. Mostly not. Sealy, I can't pronounce the last name. Sorry, for $2. Y'all hear CW Superman got arrested. Tom Welling got busted in an Arby's parking lot for drunk driving. Don't drink and drive, Tom. That's not cool. C Black for $1.99. Thoughts on Russo brothers leading Mutant Saga? It's better than what they could have brought in. We will see. Thomas Pickett for $5. First you find the ladies, then you show them your comic books. Yes, I am single. So you got to find the right one, brother. And they're out there. Yeah, they don't have to love them. They just have to respect that you do. That's it. Tarjan for $5. I started TOS for the first time. I'm really enjoying the show. That doesn't think I'm retarded. Faves are Where No Man Has Gone Before, and Balance of Terror is the GOAT. That and Space Seed. Celia, I can't pronounce your last name. Sorry, for $5. Would you say Luffy and Goku are compatible in global popularity to Batman and Superman? The question is for everyone. Yes. Yes. Based on what I've seen, no actual data, but I would say yes. The Beast 808 for $2. Avon Frank is getting bricked up for Henry Cavill. Yep. Jack Straw from Wichita for $5. Why is Chris so skeevy with X-Ray Girl? You work with her, dad, dude. That's just Chris.
Skeevy.
Skeevy. What's skeevy?
X-Ray Girl likes to party. She knows how to party.
Dude, those two closed down a bar in Dallas, right? So in Dallas, when we rented out the house in Dallas, you guys walked down to a bar and closed it down. I was in bed like an old man.
I'm like, let's keep going.
And you guys were fucked up when you walked out. So
we were,
yes. We pre-party before the party.
We have similar philosophies on having fun.
Mm-hmm. Snowdub for $5. I earned my stripes and got my first YouTube strike. Attaboy for making fun of the left. Stuck in YouTube jail for a week, and I was almost at 10K. Much love. Oh shit. Oh, you'll get there. It's gonna take a while. So now that they're gonna, what happens to your algorithm while you're on? You could still upload content. Depends on how bad your strike is, but you can't live stream. And it fucks with your algorithm for a couple months, just so you know. Just so you know. And then you have to take YouTube driver's school, which is fucking hilarious. You got to go through, I think you have to, it's basically, I call it driver's school because, all the answers. And they give them, you can't fail the test. You just have to go through the sensitivity training. It's fucking terrible. Roar uplinks. Very well, if you were in Discovery, you too would have cried and broken out all the dilithium so they couldn't fly around creating new episodes. This is true. Dark Magician SDY for $5. You motivated me to get sober. Smoked weed for 10 years, now 2 months clean. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. To go to trade school, currently studying to be an electrician. Thank you. Hell yeah. Whatever got you there, it was you, Dark. It was you, brother. Keep it up. Yeah, everything's fine. Well, not everything, but most everything is fine in moderation. But if you are waking and baking, that's addiction. Alex for $1. I am 22 years old and became a DC fanboy 7 years ago and read lots of Batman comics. Never read anything worse than Tom King's Batman. Thank God I sold the volume I had. DC are releasing DC Finest books as Green Arrow by Mike Grell. Good. It's not just good. It's great. It's great. All right, we're going to wrap it up there. Chris, thanks for hanging out this whole time. This is a good, fun show. This is a fun
Always
show.
Fun. Always fun.
What do you got coming up, brother?
Nothing. Because
no stream today?
We did our show
Really?
yesterday, and Alan has to take care of some personal business.
Gotcha.
So, and he's traveling. So we will be back on Friday for Film Threats, normal live stream. We will review movies opening in theaters. I call them mavies because they're meh MEHVIES.
Oh, yeah.
Go to the movies.
Well, this has been like this month. This month has been the worst month since like COVID.
It's quiet.
It's so bad. I mean, one film interesting we'll talk about. Companion.
Yeah, but we're talking about like maybe an interesting film is coming out like soon,
but great movies.
That's at the end of the month, and nothing made any money. Like the theaters must have been choking this month. I mean, like I know they prepare for it, Chris, but fucking A.
They're nice and empty. That's all I'll say. They're empty. So so Friday Film Threat live stream. We'll have fun. We'll talk news.
I saw the DA's review of Companion. He loved it.
I have problems with it.
Okay.
Some major problems, but we'll talk on Friday.
There you go. Oh my God, it's not an echo chamber? I thought we're an echo chamber. I was told we're an echo chamber. Holy shit. All right. Well, cool. And then in the future, I will be joining Chris and many others for the Academy Awards live stream. It'd be tons of fun.
My event, a live event, Award This, is this Sunday. We still have a limited number of tickets. It's at the Frida Cinema in Santa Ana, California. If you buy a ticket, there's gift bags, there's a party, there's free drinks, and a show. Zach Selwyn is hosting.
He's awesome.
And John Bailey, epic voice guy, is our announcer. It's a bunch of indie filmmakers in a room. And it's kind of, to be honest, kind of a parody of an award show. We mock Hollywood while we honor indie filmmakers you've never heard of. So go to awardthis.com for a link to tickets. And then the show will be on YouTube the following week.
X-Ray Girl. That's awesome. I can't wait to see it. I wish I could go to one, but like MegaCon, they got to change.
I hear you.
Yeah. Freaking MegaCon.
Okay.
X-Ray Girl, what do you got coming up?
Poor Choices tonight. That's it. 8:30 p.m. So
excellent.
Yeah.
I will be lurking and skeeving, whatever the word that means. I don't know what that word means.
I don't think you want to say you're skeeving.
I'm not skeeving. Okay,
there's
I will be
the negative. Yeah.
In the chat as I often do. I'll make comments during Poor Choice. Lives up to its name.
All right, this Friday.
Choice.
Yeah, this Friday we got Yellow Flash on FNT. I'm recording a video, and then I don't know if a Friend in the Neighborhood Spider-Man's pretty bad, but it seems like I have to take in a little more.
I feel like when you watch all 10, you might want to do one or two videos, but wow, it is even worse than any of us imagined.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I wish they did the binge model still.
Well, are they doing it weekly with 2 episodes or
weekly 2 or 3 episodes? So it's done in like 4 weeks.
Okay.
It's a sort of halfway model.
So that's
weird.
That right, they should.
It'll be forgotten by the time it ends.
It will be. It will be.
It'll be forgotten by the time the last episode comes out.
But I can't wait to watch everyone make videos on it, like Gundam and you and please make a video.
Yeah. So working on the video, MegaCon. So MegaCon is next week, and I'll pop in the community section. I'll put up our schedule. Drinkers put it up on his channel. So Saturday. Saturday at MegaCon, we are doing a panel, and then we're doing a meet and greet at the Rippaverse booth, and then that is followed by the meetup. So all that information you can find at the RSVP. I don't know if I think there's still spots left. I'm not really sure. Is the Geeks and Gamers is running it. So yeah, I think it's a big place, and it'll be at Universal. I'll be getting there a little early, but doing some family time stuff.
Club.
Yeah, Red Coconut Club is the location of the meetup, and that's at the Universal City Walk. I highly recommend you Uber there from the hotel or from your
It's better than
Airbnb.
parking.
Please,
Guaranteed.
please live stream from the meetup, and please
we will.
Either record or live stream the panel.
We will.
For those of us,
I'm sure Geeks and Gamers will be all over that. So
with a shitty camera where you can barely hear people because it's echoing. With terrible
Those
audio.
live streams are fucking awful.
They're awful. I still watch them.
Especially in the
I still watch them.
It's just a bunch of wandering out. It's noisy, and then the person with the cameras go, "Oh, look, there's Beardo." Beardo's all drunk and goes, "Ah!" It's like, oh yeah, it's
I still watch it. I still watch it.
Good times.
There's another super chat that just snuck in.
Just read it.
Taker 610 for 5. But I love how the real Frank Gore played running back in the NFL for like 18 years. Then decided he didn't have enough brain damage and took up boxing.
Right. That's what
Not
happened.
enough CRT. Hey, I watched Frank Gore play. I was living in San Francisco. I went to a lot of 49er games.
Cool.
Gore is, oh my God.
Cool.
Drunk 3PO.
Frank Gore was good.
Cool.
He was a
Gotta
damn
love
good player. Damn good
Dineska-
player.
Dineska for €5 says Chris looks far better with his beard. Glad he's keeping it. Best regards to all.
Thank you so much.
Ooh.
Appreciate
Cheers. So yeah, I'll put that up in the community section shortly with the schedule, and go to. I'm sure the RSVP's probably been put in the chat, so that'll be that, and we'll see you. We will not see you next Wednesday. We will not see you.
No
next
show.
Wednesday. No show
Okay.
next Wednesday because I'm flying.
Understood.
Because I am
On
right.
the road.
Yeah, I'm on the plane.
But the following Wednesday, Captain America.
Absolutely. We'll be back.
We'll
So we'll be back
talk.
with the Nooner in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. Until next time. Thanks to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation. A super chat, and a donation. Ching chong bing bong. Thanks to all the lurkers. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.